I have kidnapped an alien civilization. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 1, First Contact. As the sun sets, the cicadas on the trees on both sides of the road are still singing, and the family compound of Mengcheng steel plant is already filled with the smell of food. Liemo walked under the shade of the trees on the roadside with a basketball in his arms. He was so excited that he patted the basketball from time to time. Today he was so awesome, and he shot a three-pointer against Chen Shuxian, who was a head taller than him. That three-pointer had a bit of Kobe's flavor. He raised the basketball and recalled the feeling of the three-pointer. It was great. Liemo, why are you playing basketball again? Have you finished the homework assigned by the teacher? Don't forget that you will be a sophomore in high school soon. A girl with a ponytail, like a little rabbit, poked her head out of the second floor window next to her and shouted at Liemo. I finished it a long time ago. Don't mind my business. Goodbye. Bye. Liemo ran away patting the ball without even raising his head. The girl with a ponytail was his high school classmate Chen Shuxian. If a person is born with a nemesis, Chen Shuxian is Liemo's nemesis. Chen Shuxian and Liemo's parents used to be employees of the steel plant, and the two families were very close. When Liemo was a child, he often ate at Chen Shuxian's house, and they went to the same kindergarten. During kindergarten, Chen Shuxian's favorite sport was riding a horse, and the horse was Liemo. Later, the factory was restructured, and Chen Shuxian's father was hired as a department manager, while Liemo's father continued to work diligently in the workshop, and his mother was laid off. The two families became estranged. A few years later, Chen Shuxian's family bought a house in a high-end community and moved away, and lost contact. Unexpectedly, Chen Shuxian came to the Steel No. 1 high school to study, and was assigned to the same class as him. Her mother also moved back to the Tube building to accompany Chen Shuxian to study. On the first day of moving, Liemo's family was invited to visit. After returning from the visit, Chen Shuxian became the good child of other people's families in the eyes of Liemo's mother. In fact, Liemo's grades were not very bad, and he could be ranked in the middle of the grade. But other people's children, Chen Shuxian represented the school to welcome foreign guests. When she was in junior high school, won the second prize of National Primary and Secondary School Students Innovative Composition, and ranked 5th in the grade in the final exam of the first year of high school. Liemo's mother was laid off when the steel plant was restructured. Her daily job was to cook for them and supervise Liemo to study in the morning and evening. Now she has a new task, which is to listen to Chen Shuxian's mother praising her daughter every day. Every time she completes a new task, Liemo will suffer a blow at night. When he got home, Liemo's good mood was gone. I don't know what new tricks his mother will use to scold him today. While his mother was cooking, Liemo secretly rushed into the bathroom with a change of clothes. Looking at the 1.8 meter tall, fair-skinned, slightly thin arms with a faint bulge of muscles in the mirror, Liemo said to himself, "This guy is so handsome." Turning on the shower head, white mist filled the entire bathroom. Liemo stood under the shower head, closed his eyes, and drops of water tilted down and sprinkled on his short hair. Close your eyes and start enjoying the pleasure of showering after exercise. A noisy voice sounded. The 102,468,256th detection begins. Target carbon-based organisms. The target is detected to be in a lonely state for the 102,468,256th time, matching the BO wave quantum key. The BO wave quantum key is matched successfully. Attention, the BO wave quantum key is matched successfully. Establish a quantum link. The quantum link is established successfully. Detect the target's body shape. Read the target's stored memory. The target's body shape meets the characteristics, and the target's memory is being read. Liemo appeared in front of him. The picture of him on the basketball court today. He dribbled the ball and prepared to rush forward. A foot appeared. He tripped, and a small piece of skin was scraped on his hand and leg. The picture froze and enlarged. He didn't even remember that he fell and got injured today. For a young man playing basketball, a small injury would not attract his attention at all. Target confirmed. Target confirmed. 102,468,256 targets fully meet the characteristics of quantum simulation state established biological state monitoring system established direct contact. Liemo felt that the air around him seemed to solidify, and the sound of the shower had long disappeared, replaced by countless noises. The harsh noise seemed to come not from the ears, but from the depths of consciousness. His head hurt, as if his brain was torn apart. He realized that something was wrong, and tried to open his eyes, but his eyes seemed to be glued. He felt that, if he couldn't open his eyes again, he would never wake up. The harsh noise suddenly disappeared, and he tried to open his eyes, and this time it was easy. He found himself standing on a hall, looking around. Grey fog was everywhere, and wisps of red light came out of the grey fog. Through the red light, a high platform was vaguely standing in the depths of the grey fog, and the grey fog was rolling on the high platform. He tried hard to see behind the grey fog, but could only vaguely see a figure. The fog obscured everything, leaving only the vague figure on the high platform. Liemo walked towards the platform, and the figure gradually became clearer. He got closer and closer. The grey fog on the platform rolled up, leaving only a mysterious shadow. 102,468,256 targets confirmed. 102,468,256 targets. The strange sound rang in his mind again, but this time there was no harsh noise. Consciousness dialogue. Liemo felt that he was dreaming. Looking at the grey fog rolling on the platform, he tried to use his consciousness to communicate. Who are you? Where am I? Who you are? Where am I? Liemo was worried and used bilingual communication. The grey fog on the platform stopped rolling, but only a figure could be seen. According to the general rules of the law of cosmic civilization, when facing questions raised by low-level civilizations, high-level civilizations can choose not to answer, but if they choose to answer, they can and can only use the correct answer. The grey shadow actually used Chinese to communicate, which made Liemo breathe a sigh of relief. After all, he didn't know many English sentences. So my choice is not to answer. The grey shadow's righteous answer made Liemo angry. Then why did you bring me here? Liemo decided not to dwell on the identity of the grey shadow and find out why he came here. I choose not to answer this question. This time the grey shadow responded quickly, but still did not explain anything. Why did you bring me here? Consciousness determines behavior, and behavior must have a purpose. Liemo decided to go straight to the core of the problem. He believed that there would be no kidnapping without reason. I choose to answer part of the answer. In view of the low level of civilization in the environment where the target person lives, I will use the language and concepts that the target person can understand to answer. This time the grey shadow finally responded positively. Liemo cheered up and kept everything the grey shadow said in his heart. This interstellar communication is not a kidnapping, but a necessary means for a high-level civilization to improve the wisdom of low-level civilization individuals. The forced wisdom improvement of low-level civilization individuals by high-level civilizations does not violate the general principles of cosmic civilization law. The general principles of cosmic civilization law has appeared twice in the grey shadow's mouth. Part of the purpose of this communication is to forcefully upgrade low-level civilized individuals. This individual specifically refers to Liemo, a carbon-based civilized human. The word forced made Liemo feel bad. He remembered the scene when he was just learning foreign languages and was forced to memorize words by the stick in his mother's hand. The grey fog in front of the grey shadow man rolled more and more violently, and Liemo involuntarily took 2 steps back. The grey fog rolled, as if it had wisdom, interweaving strands together, shuttling left and right, and slowly formed a barrage. 1. Mathematics level. 0, 0 hundredths. 2. Physics level. 0, 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0, 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 0, 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level. 0. Liemo looked at the barrage composed of grey fog and was a little confused. Improving individual civilization turned out to be learning mathematics, physics and chemistry well. Mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology are the foundation of a civilization. 1. Mathematics, a universal means for humans to strictly describe the abstract structure and pattern of things, which can be applied to any problem in the real world. It is an indispensable tool for any civilization too. Physics. It is a discipline that studies the most general laws of motion and the basic structure of matter. As the leading discipline of natural science, physics studies the most basic forms and laws of motion of all matter, from the universe to elementary particles, and thus becomes the research basis of other natural science disciplines. 3. Chemistry. It mainly studies the composition, properties, structure, and laws of change of matter at the molecular and atomic levels, and creates new substances. 4. Biology. The laws of life activities of organisms. Double points can be obtained during the study of this subject. Grey Shadow introduced the content on the bullet screen in a mechanical language. Each subject is divided into 10 levels. The target can get experience points for the corresponding subject through learning. When the experience points reach the top, it can enter the next level. The target will receive corresponding rewards for completing each level of tasks. The reward items include, but are not limited to, items and technologies of advanced civilizations. I will issue tasks from time to time according to the improvement of the target civilization. The target can get rewards after completing the tasks. What if I can't complete the task? Liemo, who felt that he had a learning disability, first thought of not being able to complete the learning task. Liemo had a headache when he saw books since he was a child. He almost failed in elementary school. Later, Liemo's mother's stick forced Liemo to enter Mengti No. 1 high school. Now this Grey Shadow has actually issued a learning task. Thinking of the fantasy novels I have read, the systems in them are all golden fingers. Either the bank card has endless money to withdraw, or can transform people's bodies. Liemo has always been dissatisfied with his body shape. Every time he plays basketball, he is deliberately taken care of by others. He wants to have Kobe's body and play in the NBA one day in the future. He is very dissatisfied with the task issued by the Grey Shadow. How great it would be if this was a sports system. Here I can only partially answer. The consequences of not completing the task are serious enough. Please note that the purpose of this communication is to improve the wisdom of civilized individuals and have a good positive purpose. The Grey Shadow seemed to sense Liemo's resistance. In view of the low wisdom of the target, in order to improve the target civilization level as soon as possible, I will issue the first task. The grey fog rolled in front of his eyes, forming words. Task: young man, read by lamplight at night. Description: the lights are on at midnight and the rooster crows at dawn. It is the time for men to study. If you don't study hard when you are young, you will regret it when you are old. Diligence is the boat that crosses the boundless ocean of learning. Without diligence, there is no genius. Requirements: study for 6 consecutive hours at night. Reward: 10 subject experience points and 1 lottery. Accept, yes/no. This is a system. Liemo thought as he looked at the words turning on the grey fog. Is this system going to turn me into a slave of study? Thinking of the pain of learning, he didn't want to accept it. Don't the systems in novels instill knowledge? They can instill all knowledge into the brain. Come and instill me, Liemo shouted in his heart. Every time the target completes his subject upgrade, you can ask me to answer a question, and the question should have a clear factual answer. As if he understood what Liemo was thinking, the Grey Shadow Man made another addition. You can ask a question every time you level up, and this question can only have a clear factual answer. The Grey Shadow seemed to like to play with words. Liemo seemed calm, but he was actually frightened in his heart. Looking at the endless grey fog around him, what he wanted to do most now was to get out quickly. Find out the identity of this grey fog, and what his purpose is. He also wanted to play basketball with friends every weekend, and wanted to enter the NBA. Liemo no longer hesitated, and he responded with his consciousness. Accept the task. Chapter 2: Learning Assistance System. The sound of the shower rang in his ears, and the water splashing on Liemo made him feel particularly real. He opened his eyes. Fortunately, he was back again. Was he dreaming just now? Hiss, the water flow hit his arm, and he felt a little pain. He raised his arm and a small wound came into view. When did you get injured? Liemo thought of the picture frozen in the grey fog. He raised his leg and saw another wound. Is the grey fog real? Is he in my brain? Is my brain broken? He was a little confused. Liam-o, why do you take so long to wash? Mom is still waiting to use the bathroom. Liam-o's mother's voice came from outside the door. He didn't care about so much, so he had to take a shower quickly because his mother had the habit of breaking into the bathroom. Liam-o sat in front of the desk in the room, carefully stroking the small wound on his arm. It was just a little scratch, very ordinary, and he didn't even need medicine. He suffered many such minor injuries every year. There were always a few big kids on the basketball court who relied on their weight advantage to commit fouls. The wound was still that ordinary wound. If the wound is real, then is the grey fog real? Liam-o thought of the learning task. What punishment will there be if the task is not completed? The grey shadow man did not say it clearly, but only said it was very serious. At the dining table, Liam-o was distracted and did not even eat a few bites of his favorite crab. On weekdays, Liam-o's mother would not be willing to buy such expensive dishes. She thought that school would start soon, and she had to make up for her son. Why don't you eat? Aren't you hungry after playing ball? Liam-o's mother saw that Liam-o had no appetite and was there to deal with it. Liam-o lowered his head and picked up a few grains of rice in the bowl. I'm not hungry. I just drank too much water and was full. Forget it. Do your homework quickly. School is about to start and you are still running around all day long. Liam-o's mother put the crab back into the pot. Liam-o knew that she was saving it for his father and she was reluctant to eat it herself. I'm going back to my room. Liam-o said hello. He was worried about the task issued by the grey shadow man. What would happen if he couldn't complete it? The alarm clock in the room pointed to 6 o'clock, which meant that he would read for 6 hours from now on and finish it at 12 o'clock in the evening. It was just 6 hours of reading, but Liam-o finished the entire summer homework in one night. Although the answers were all made up, Liam-o's mother was called to school the next day, and Liam-o was severely forced by his mother stick at night. He took out the biology textbook from the bookcase, took a deep breath, and decided to get double points first. Chapter 1 Entering the Cell. Section 1 From the Biosphere to the Cell. Life activities are inseparable from cells. Last semester, he could only read the biology textbook as a mystery. When did it become so lively? The movement and decomposition of paramecium. The retraction reflex. Liam-o was completely immersed in the textbook. This was the first time he found that learning knowledge was so interesting. All organisms are composed of cells one by one, and cells have such a complex structure. It is really interesting that the cells in the human body have such a complex structure. Bang bang bang, someone knocked on the door and he jumped out of the textbook. Liam-o's father stood at the door with a new pair of sneakers. He didn't say a word, but handed the shoes to Liam-o. Dad just got off work. Liam-o looked at the alarm clock and it was already 8:30 in the evening. Last week, Liam-o's sneakers were broken and he clamored for his mother to buy him a new pair. His mother criticized him harshly. She always felt that playing basketball delayed Liam-o's study. Liam-o's father didn't say a word at the time. He didn't expect that he would buy Liam-o a new pair of sneakers. Liam-o looked at the brand new sneakers, then looked at the time on the alarm clock. His eyes were a little moist. He calmed down and sat down at the desk again. He knew why he had to study. Sugar in cells. Inorganic substances in cells. Genetic information material transport across membranes. Enzymes that reduce the activation energy of chemical reactions. Fluid mosaic model of biological membranes. Enzymes that reduce the activation energy of chemical reactions. The main source of ATP, the energy currency of cells. Unknowingly, a book has been finished, and Liam-o still feels unsatisfied. Why didn't he find reading so interesting before? If he had known that reading was so interesting, he wouldn't have been forced by the stick so many times. 6 hours passed. Liam-o glanced at the alarm clock. 12 o'clock in the evening. There was silence all around, and he came to the hall again. The grey fog rolled in front of him, and the grey shadow on the high platform was still so blurry. Grey fog barrage. Task. Young man. Read by lamplight at night. Completion. 100% reward. 10 asterisk 2 subject points. 1 ordinary lottery barrage prompt. Do you want to draw a lottery? Draw a lottery. The grey fog rolled up. Lottery result: a cup of instant coffee, a can of beverage rolled out of the grey fog, and Liam picked it up. Brown can, no name, no production date, no manufacturer, no formula list. This is a product with nothing. Grey fog barrage. Product name: instant coffee function. After drinking, you can maintain a higher level of concentration for 48 hours. Tip: although coffee is good, it should be consumed in moderation. Liam was speechless. Can a cup of coffee have such magical effects? Can I ask questions on the spot? Liam held the coffee can in his hand. The grey shadow did not respond, but at least he did not explicitly object. Question and answer is the most concise way of communication since ancient times. The person asking the question has a clear question, and the person answering the question has a precise answer. Countless questions were rolling in Liam's mind. He wanted to ask the grey shadow man why he kidnapped him, who the grey shadow was, what this learning system was, and what was the general law of cosmic civilization. But the grey shadow man had already made it clear that he would only answer questions with the answer of yes or no, which meant that only the elimination question method could be used. Liam pondered for a while and asked his own question: am I useful to you? Yes. The grey shadow's response was very clear. Only a useful person has the value of living. This dark law was learned by Liam from a novel, and he always thought it made sense. Liam's heart was relieved by more than half. He knew that the grey shadow would not harm him for the time being. What he had to do next was to slowly find out the identity and purpose of the grey shadow. Grey fog barrage. New task: release task. All things are difficult at the beginning. Upgrade mathematics to level 1. Explanation: mathematics is a tool of knowledge, and also the source of other knowledge tools. All sciences that study order and measurement are related to mathematics. Descartes' reward: 50 subject points, 1 ordinary lottery, 1 question and answer. Do you accept? Accept. Liam did not hesitate this time. He has already experienced the pleasure of learning, and he does not know what the consequences will be if he does not accept the task. The grey fog dissipated, and everything in the room was normal, except for the coffee can in his hand. Liam felt that the coffee can in his hand was unusually hot. He looked at the alarm clock next to him. 12 o'clock. Sure enough, there is no time passing in the grey fog. Sitting at the desk, he took out a notebook and wrote on it: 1. According to the general principles of the law of cosmic civilization, the grey shadow man can hide from me, but cannot lie to. The questions I asked confirmed that I'm useful to him, and there is no danger to my life for the time being. 3. Guess the identity of the grey shadow man. 1. Artificial intelligence. 2. Special person. 3. Alien. 4. The purpose of the grey shadow man is to force me to study for the time being. 5. The hall may be located in my mind, but it can affect reality. 6. What are the general laws of cosmic civilization? Liam closed the book and sighed. There were too many unknowns. Only by completing the task continuously can he get the answer. Coffee that can keep him highly alert for 72 hours is exactly what he needs. Liam picked up the nothing coffee and drank it all. It was already 12:30 in the evening, and he didn't feel sleepy at all. Mathematics is the basis of other subjects, so he had to improve his math level first. He decided to study high school math over and over again. He could get 10 points for every 6 hours of study. If he studied hard for 72 hours, he could get 120 points, which was enough to complete the task. Liam took out his math textbook and started studying hard. Sets and common logical terms: the concept of sets, basic operations between sets, sufficient conditions and necessary conditions, universal quantifiers and existential quantifiers. It's too simple, too simple. You can fully understand it after just reading it once. Liam looked at the cover of the book. It was indeed the high school math book that made him suffer so much. Did the grey shadow man improve my IQ? It's very likely. If I had my own IQ, I would probably find it difficult to complete the task. The grey shadow man improved my IQ in order to help me complete the task. Thinking of this, Liam's mood suddenly improved, and he was a little grateful to the grey shadow man. Quadratic functions, equations, and inequalities. Properties of equations and inequalities. Basic inequalities. Quadratic functions and quadratic equations and inequalities. Function concepts and properties. Concepts and representations of functions. Basic properties of functions. Power functions. Applications of functions. Exponential functions. Logarithms. Logarithmic functions. Mathematics for the first year of high school. Mathematics for the second year of high school. Mathematics for the third year of high school. 72 hours passed unknowingly. Liemo spent all his time reading except for eating. Liemo's mother was very happy to see her son studying. She didn't know that Liemo had been studying for 72 hours in a row. Study hard and make progress every day. Gray fog reappears 1. Mathematics level. 0, 0 hundredths, 2. Physics level. 0, 0 hundredths, 3. Chemistry level. 0, 0 hundredths, 4. Biology level. 0, 0 hundredths, 5. Intelligence level. 0 current available points. 150 points. Liemo added all the points to mathematics task. Everything is difficult at the beginning. Upgrade mathematics to level 1. Completed. Completion rate. 100% reward. 50 points. Do you want to draw a lottery? Draw a lottery now. Congratulations on winning the reward. A drop of inspiration water. Item description. Genius. That is 1 point of inspiration plus 99 points of sweat, but without 1 point of inspiration, it will never constitute 100%. Inspiration water is suitable for civilizations below level 4. It can inspire biological inspiration. A small bottle of unknown material appeared in Liemo's hand. It seems that this grey shadow man is becoming more and more humane. Check the points. 1. Mathematics level. 1. 50 thousandths. 2. Physics level. 0, 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0, 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 0, 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level. 0 current available points. 50. The second level actually requires 1000 points to upgrade. Liemo. It was Liemo's turn to ask questions again, and he felt that he would follow his previous ideas. Are you an alien? Yes. Grey Shadow immediately gave the answer. It seems that I was abducted by aliens. Is this alien a cosmic philanthropist? Constantly kidnapping and forcing others to study? Liemo thought it was absurd. Well, the next question is to ask him if he kidnapped me. He has already decided. Task release. Run, young man. Run 5 kilometers. Task description. The meaning of life lies in exercise, and a strong physique is a necessary foundation for a scientist. Please be careful not to get injured during exercise. If you get injured, it will be considered a mission failure. Task reward. 50 points. 1 lottery. 1 question and answer. Do you accept? Accept. Running 5 kilometers was easy for Liemo, but what was the point of not getting injured? Injuries are inevitable when doing sports. Liemo felt a little strange, but he didn't think too much about it. He just finished the task first. Chapter 3 Kidnapping Civilization. After breakfast, Liemo prepared to go out with a sports water bottle. His mother muttered behind him, "Why did you go out? To play again? After reading books for a few days?" "I'm going for a run." Liemo ran away without looking back. It is estimated that it is 5 kilometers from Mengang's family compound to the farmer's market in Dangang. The distance should be enough. Liemo calculated the distance while running. In the early morning, the warm sunlight shone through the dense leaves, forming dots of golden light. Running makes people happy. Liemo ran all the way, enjoying the fresh and peaceful feeling all the way. The speed was not fast. He adjusted his breathing rhythmically, inhaling and exhaling every 5 steps. Sweat dripped and wet his clothes. He had forgotten the grey fog in his mind and his troubles, and was completely immersed in the rhythm of running. Pedestrians on the road were in a hurry. Some got up early to rush to work, some picked up their children to tutoring classes, and some were exercising like Liemo. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Liemo had forgotten everything. 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. The farmer's market can be reached through the intersection ahead. The red light at the intersection just turned green, and Liemo did not slow down. He was ready to run through it directly. Danger detected, emergency plan activated. Increase the power of quantum wave transmission. The noise in his ears sounded again, and Liamo's eyes went dark, and he almost fainted. He stumbled and squatted on the ground. At this time, a motorcycle that ran a red light brushed past him and whizzed away. The noise soon disappeared, and Liamo panted, and sat on the side of the road. If I take another step forward, will I be hit by the motorcycle? Why did I almost faint? He remembered that the task issued by the Grey Shadow emphasized that he could not be injured. Is the Grey Shadow protecting me? Why? Why? A variety of thoughts emerged in Liamo's mind. He stood up and patted the dust on his body. Then he ran forward 5 kilometers. Mission completed. Rewards issued. The grey fog rolled, as if it had wisdom, interweaving strands of it, shuttling left and right, and slowly formed a bullet screen. 1. Mathematics level. 1. 50,000ths. 2. Physics level. 0. 0 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 4. Biology level. 0. 0 5. Intelligence level. 0. 0 tenths. Current available points. 100 mission. Run, young man. Run 5 kilometers. Completion. 100% reward. 50 subject points. Issued. 1 ordinary lottery bullet screen prompt. Do you want to draw a lottery? Draw a lottery. The grey fog rolled up. Lottery result. A bottle of pearl eye drops. Effect. Prevent myopia. Liamo picked up the eye drops and took a closer look. Sure enough, it was a product without a name, a manufacturer, or a production date. It was just a plastic bottle with a label on it. This is pearl eye drops. Is the alien technology popular with thriftiness? The grey fog barrage never actively prompted him to ask questions, but the moment Liamo completed the task, he had already prepared the questions he wanted to ask. Why are you in my mind? Liamo went straight to the point. Because you kidnapped our entire civilization. The Grey Shadow Man gave an unexpected answer. I kidnapped your entire civilization? Liamo never thought that the Grey Shadow Man would give such a reason. How did I kidnap your entire civilization? I'm just an ordinary high school student. If you don't want to answer, you can find a better excuse. Liamo was very confused by the Grey Shadow Man's answer, and he was even more angry at the Grey Shadow Man's perfunctory answer. This is the second question. I can choose not to answer. The Grey Shadow Man brought out the agreement they reached. According to the general principles of the law of cosmic civilization, I can conceal the low-level civilization, but I can't deliberately give a wrong answer. He felt that Liamo didn't believe him, and added, the absurdity of a thing cannot be an argument to refute its existence. On the contrary, this is precisely the condition for its existence. Liamo usually likes to read some philosophical books, and he was deeply impressed by this Nietzsche's words. Now his experience is just like what Nietzsche said. An inexplicable alien appeared in his head. What's more absurd is that this alien claimed that his civilization was kidnapped by Liamo. But he couldn't deny that what the alien said might be the truth. If you think something is ridiculous, then it is very likely that you don't understand the whole picture of the matter. Liamo decided not to dwell on this issue for the time being. As long as he completes the new task, he can get more answers. The grey fog rolled. Liamo couldn't stand the Grey Shadow Man's mystification at this time. He felt that the grey fog had a bit of the atmosphere of a ghost movie. There was grey fog, red light, and a Grey Shadow Man with a looming figure on the high platform. If this was a dream, then it would be a nightmare. He said, Dear alien, can you change the appearance of this task release system? Liamo was still very sweet when he asked people to do things. The grey fog stopped rolling. The Grey Shadow Man on the high platform stood there blankly, as if he didn't understand what Liamo meant. It's just a modification of the appearance. It can be more concrete. It's better to look like a learning machine. Liamo has envied other children who have a learning machine since he was a child. In the small city of Mengcheng, there are not many children from well-off families, and there are even fewer parents who are willing to spend thousands of yuan on a toy for their children. If a child has a learning machine, he will win many envious eyes. Liamo has never asked his parents for this, because he knows that the family's money should be used in more important places. The grey shadow man seemed to understand. Is the appearance important? He still didn't understand. While Liemo was entangled in the appearance of the learning system. Very important. Liemo nodded heavily. If it has the appearance of a learning machine, it will be more convenient to operate, and you can save time for learning. Well, okay. The grey shadow man may not want to be entangled in this issue. A pink learning machine appeared in front of Liemo. This tablet-like learning machine also has 2 rabbit ears. What kind of aesthetics is this? Liemo still felt that he overestimated the understanding ability of the Pajero people. On the back of the pink learning machine was printed a Lugo Bubil, which was finally not a simple label. But what is this Bubule, the younger brother of Bubugeo? Liemo carefully turned on the switch of the learning machine, and a line of words "Welcome to the Intelligent Technology Learning System" flashed on the screen. The system is remade. Liemo was a little surprised. There are 4 options on the main interface, namely 1. Attribute Panel 2. Task Progress 3. New Task Release 4. Lottery. This learning machine is a touchscreen. You try it. The grey shadow man seemed very satisfied with his work. Liemo clicked on the attribute panel, and his subject points, level and unallocated points appeared on the screen. 1. Mathematics level. 1. 50 thousandths. 2. Physics level. 0. 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 0. 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level. 0. 0 tenths. Current available points. 100. Manipulating the cursor to add all available points to mathematics. The attribute panel changed. 1. Mathematics level. 1. 150 thousandths. 2. Physics level. 0. 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 0. 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level. 0. Current available points. 0. It was indeed much more convenient, and Liemo was very satisfied with the work of the Pajero people. He clicked on the task progress again, which showed, task, run, young man, current completion. 100%, where you can intuitively see the progress of your task. Skipping the new task release option, Liemo touched the lottery option, which showed, lottery result, a bottle of pearl eye drops, efficacy, prevent myopia, status, already received. It seems that you can receive the prize here. Liemo finally clicked on the new task release option, and saw a horse riding general holding a banner appeared on the screen. Liemo was a little amused. The Pajero people were very attentive. Task, young man, work hard. Description, the path to the mountain of books is made by diligence, and the boundless sea of learning requires hard work. A dead tree will sprout again in spring, but a man will never be young again. I'm not afraid of not achieving anything in old age, but I'm afraid of not learning in my childhood. Requirements, read 20 textbooks in a row. Reward. 1000 subject experience points, 1 ordinary lottery. Time limit. 5 days. Accept. Yes/no. Liemo clicked yes, and the task status changed to in progress. How is it? My design is not bad. What you said makes sense. After my calculation, I found that using the touchscreen can save you 0.12 seconds each time. It seems that the grey shadow man believed Liemo's reason for saving time. For your convenience, as long as you silently say Pajero in your heart, the learning machine will appear. The grey shadow man added. What is Pajero? Is it your name? Liemo was very interested in the new words that appeared in the grey shadow's mouth. There was no answer, and the grey fog quickly dissipated. The hustle and bustle on the roadside sounded, and he returned to reality. Chapter 4. Pajero Civilization. Are you back from running? Why do you look so bad? Chen Shuxian was still lying at the window on the 2nd floor. The sunlight fell on Chen Shuxian's body, as if she was blessed with light. Liemo was stunned for a moment, and smiled towards the 2nd floor and said, I'm a little tired. Why does she like to lie in front of the window so much? Liemo shook his head. He still had a lot of things to do. Chen Shuxian looked at Liemo's hurriedly leaving back, always feeling that there was something wrong with this boy. Returning to his room, taking out the black covered notebook, Liemo wrote. 1. I kidnapped an alien civilization too. I have a learning system in my mind. Closing the notebook, he decided to record all the answers he got from the grey shadow man in this notebook, silently chanting Pajero in his heart. The pink learning machine with 2 rabbit ears appeared. Fortunately no one else could see it. 1. Mathematics level. 1. 150 thousandths. 2. Physics level. 0. 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 0. 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level. 0 available points. 0 current task, read 20 textbooks in a row. He was thinking about the new task. Reading 20 textbooks in 5 days, an average of 4 textbooks per day. The difficulty of the task is acceptable. But where can he find 20 textbooks that he has never read? Liemo thought of a person, the fat man Shuxian who played basketball with him. He just got into college this year, and he should have all the high school textbooks. He looked up Shuxian's WeChat. Shuxian's nickname on WeChat was the cow plowing the field, which was interesting. Liemo's WeChat nickname was still Liemo, and he thought his name was great. Liemo patted the cow plowing the field. The cow plowing the field. Shuxian replied to the message very quickly, and it was obvious that he was a geek. Liemo, brother Niu, do you have all the high school textbooks? I want to borrow them. The ox plowing the field. Yes, which one do you want? Liemo, I want all of them. The ox plowing the field. What do you need so many for? Liemo, study. The ox plowing the field. Study. Okay. My house is on the 5th floor of building C2. When can you come and get them? Liemo, I'll go now. The ox plowing the field. I'll wait for you downstairs at my house. When they arrived downstairs at Shuxian's house, Shuxian had already been waiting there. He looked a little darker after not seeing him for a few days. Why haven't you played basketball for a few days? Shuxian was admitted to university. He was completely free at home during this holiday and stayed on the basketball court all day. Liemo chuckled and said, I've been studying these days. Study? Shuxian looked at Liemo with suspicion. Liemo had an expression that said, I'm telling the truth. You are only in the first year of high school. These books are very difficult for you. You should choose 1 or 2 to preview. You won't be able to digest the knowledge in so many books at once. Shuxian taught him with the words of an experienced person. Don't worry, brother Niu. I'm smart. Liemo has already put himself in the role of a top student. Okay, these books are useless to me now. I'll lend them to you first, but don't lose them. These are my precious memories. Shuxian added with a shake of his head, just afraid that his books would be lost. Liemo now understands why Shuxian is so homebound. The task time limit is only 5 days. Without the magical energy coffee, Liemo can only seize every bit of time. After returning home, Liemo closed the door and started to work hard. Since he had the pink bunny learning machine in his head, he felt that studying has become a very easy thing now. The environment in which cells live, the homeostasis of the internal environment, the structural basis of neural regulation, the basic mode of neural regulation, the generation and conduction of nerve impulses, the hierarchical regulation of the nervous system, the advanced functions of the human brain, hormones and the endocrine system, the process of hormone regulation, the relationship between humoral regulation and neural regulation. This is too simple. Liemo unknowingly sped up his reading speed. The composition and function of the immune system, specific immunity. Liemo, come out for dinner. His mother was knocking on the door. Liemo looked at the alarm clock. He had been reading for 2 hours without realizing it. He had finished 1 book, and he could finish 2 more tonight. Liemo calculated in his mind, and felt very accomplished. What are you thinking about? Come and eat. Liemo's mother knocked on the plate with chopsticks. Why do you feel that you have lost some weight in the past 2 days? Are you tired from studying? A little thinner? I don't think so. Maybe you are wrong. I have never been fat. You should read books carefully. Look at Chen Shuxian. I heard from her mother that she is preparing to take the Food and Fortune exam after high school. Food and Fortune? Liemo didn't understand what Food and Fortune meant. A blessing is the kind that allows you to study abroad after passing the exam. You barely passed the exam last semester, so there's no hope. Liamo's mother was very dissatisfied with her son's lack of knowledge of what a blessing is. A blessing. That's the TOEFL. After passing the exam, you can study abroad. Liamo understood. Taking TOEFL, it's a blessing anyway. Look at Chen Shuxian, who always scores above 90 in every exam. Look at you. If you continue like this, I can only find you a technical school to study. Liamo's mother started preaching. Liamo was helpless. He ate the rice in the bowl. He dropped the bowl and went back to his room. I'm full. I'm going to read a book. Look at this child. He's so annoying when he says a few words. Why don't you eat more? No wonder you're so thin. Liamo picked up the textbook and thought about the blessing his mother mentioned. He shook his head. Start working hard, young man. Immune disorders, application of immunology, regulation of plant life activities. Plant growth hormones. Other plant hormones. Application of plant growth regulators. Environmental factors participate in regulating plant life activities. 1 book. 2 books, 3 books, 4 books, 5 books. Liamo found that his reading speed was getting faster and faster. It only took him 1 hour to finish a book. He also found that he had a photographic memory. As long as he had read a book, he could remember the content of every page and every line clearly. 6 books, 7 books, 8 books, 9 books, 10 books per. Someone was knocking on the door. He looked at the alarm clock. It was 11 o'clock in the evening. He opened the door and saw Liamo's mother standing outside the door in an apron with a bowl of fruit porridge. Seeing Liamo's doubts, his mother smiled and said, "It's good to know that studying is good, but you also have to pay attention to time. Mom saw that you have been studying these days. I was afraid that you would be hungry at night, so I made some porridge for you to drink." Then she handed him the bowl of porridge and closed the door and left. At the desk, Liamo stared at the bowl of fruit porridge for a long time. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Mission accomplished. Pajero, Pajero. Liamo muttered in his heart. A pink learning machine appeared in front of him. Mission, young man, work hard. Completion. 100% mission reward. 1000 subject points, already issued, random draw, a bottle of air. This is just an ordinary bottle of air. Skill book, elementary ability in academic paper writing. Skill description, a top student who can't write a paper is like a singer who can't sing. Let the world know you through the paper. There is a skill book in the random reward, which is too powerful. Liamo automatically ignored the ordinary bottle of air. Attribute panel 1. Mathematics level 1, 150 thousandths. 2. Physics level 0, 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level 0, 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level 0, 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level 0. Current available points 1000. He manipulated the touchscreen to add all the points to mathematics. 1. Mathematics level 2. 150 over 5000. 2. Physics level 0, 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level 0, 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level 0, 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level 0. Current available points 0. Upgrade completed. Subject upgrade rewards 2 energy coffees, a solid alloy ballpoint pen, liver blasting artifact instant coffee. Liamo felt that his hands were very red today. What is a solid alloy ballpoint pen? Liamo clicked on the item introduction. Solid alloy pen, made of special solid polymer. It has unlimited writing ability. He picked up the ballpoint pen. The appearance is very similar to an ordinary ballpoint pen, but it feels warm and light in his hand. He can't feel any weight at all, just like a part of his body. Liamo packed up all these items. He has more important things to do. Question and answer time. There must be a cause and an effect, and there must be a return. May I ask which planet you are from? Liamo asked his own question. He wanted to know where the creature he kidnapped came from. I come from a distant planet, so far away that you can't imagine. The name of the planet is Pajero, located in the Teardrop Galaxy in the Andromeda Galaxy 2.2 million light years away. The teardrop galaxy looks like a water droplet, with more than 500 million stars, much larger than your Milky Way. As he spoke, the grey shadow man materialized a picture. On the picture was a galaxy in the shape of a water droplet, and there was a red planet in the galaxy marked Pajero. You can call me Pajero, the grey shadow man added. Sure enough, Pajero is the name of a planet. Of course, it can also be the name of a civilization. Could it be that I kidnapped the Pajero civilization? Liemo felt that he was a little closer to the truth. Keep it up. Liemo clicked on the new task release. What task would it be this time? Chapter 5 paper. Keep up the good work. Liemo clicked on the new task release. New task release. The horse riding general appeared on the screen again. Task. A nerd who can't write a paper is not a good nerd. Publish a paper. Young man. Task description. Please publish an academic paper in any academic magazine or newspaper. Task reward. 3,000 points, 1 lottery. Task time limit, 10 days. Write a math paper. Liemo looked at the math problem collection on the desk. If he solved a math problem that no one had solved, would he be able to write a paper? But where to publish it? Liemo turned on his mobile phone and dialed. Asking when he didn't understand was Liemo's enlightenment as a poor student. Hello, Mr. Zhang, I'm your student Liemo. I want to write a math paper, but I don't know where to publish it. Liemo called his math teacher. He had heard from other teachers that Mr. Zhang had a high level of math, but he was assigned to their school because he didn't understand the ways of the world. Hello, student Liemo, what do you want to publish? Teacher Zhang thought he had heard it wrong. In his impression, Liemo's grades were mediocre, so how could he publish a paper? Publishing a math paper. I want to ask the teacher, where is the best place to publish a math paper? Liemo repeated it again. For math papers, generally speaking, the Mathematical Monthly has more readers and a stronger credibility, but it is very difficult to submit. I think it is better for you to publish in Mathematics for Middle School students, which has more popular science and is less difficult to submit. Teacher Zhang explained in detail. By the way, what is the math paper you wrote? Oh, I haven't written it yet. I haven't submitted it, so I'll ask you, teacher. Liemo answered honestly. Not written? Liemo, are you playing truth or dare? The teacher's time is also very precious. Beep, beep, beep. Liemo looked at the phone that was hung up by Teacher Zhang and was a little confused. He didn't know how he made Teacher Zhang angry. It's easy to know where to publish. It's the top students who do the most difficult questions and publish the most difficult papers to publish. The goal is set. Mathematical Monthly. Liemo took out the Book of World Problems. This book is a collection of all the problems in the world, including those that have been solved and those that have not been solved. This book was bought by Liemo's mother when he was in elementary school, and then it was put aside. Opening the title page, there is a passage from Einstein in the preface. One reason why mathematics is respected more than all other sciences is that its propositions are absolutely reliable and indisputable, while other sciences are often in danger of being overturned by newly discovered facts. Another reason why mathematics has a high reputation is that mathematics makes natural science theorem based and gives natural science a certain degree of reliability. The fundamental reason why mathematics can become the foundation of other disciplines is that the results of mathematics are absolutely reliable and indisputable. No wonder the learning machine system requires me to upgrade my mathematics level to level 6 first. The catalog lists the problems that have not been solved in the history of mathematics. 1. NP complete problems example. On a Saturday night, you attended a grand party. Feeling uneasy, you want to know if there is anyone you already know in this hall. The host of the banquet suggested to you that you must know the Lady Rose who is in the corner near the dessert plate. In less than a second you can glance over there and see that the host of the party is correct. However, without such a hint, you would have to look around the room, checking everyone one by one to see if there was anyone you knew. Since all possible answers to such questions can be calculated in polynomial time, people have speculated whether there is a deterministic algorithm for such questions that can directly calculate or search for the correct answer in polynomial time. This is the famous NP equals P conjecture. Regardless of whether we write programs cleverly, judging whether an answer can be quickly verified using internal knowledge, or whether it takes a lot of time to solve without such a hint is considered one of the most prominent problems in logic and computer science. It was stated by Stephen Koch in 1971. Programming, logical operations, computer science. Liemo is a little confused, as he has not mastered most of the mathematical knowledge used here. Forget it. Let's look at the next question. BSD conjecture 2. Poincare conjecture. Any closed three-dimensional space, as long as all the closed curves in it can be contracted to a point, this space must be a three-dimensional sphere. Liemo's face turned ugly. He remembered that he was only at the second level of mathematics. It was too difficult to use high school knowledge to try to solve an unsolved problem. He gave up on the questions, whose names he couldn't understand, and only chose questions within the scope of high school mathematics. Liemo accelerated his page-turning speed. Finally, he found a question that was completely within the scope of high school knowledge. The collapse conjecture, also known as the 3n+1 conjecture, the Kakutani conjecture, the Hasse conjecture, the Ulam conjecture or the Syracuse conjecture. It means that for every positive integer, if it is an odd number, multiply it by 3 and add 1. If it is an even number, divide it by 2, and so on. And finally you can get 1. The collapse conjecture can also be called the odd-even normalization conjecture. In 1930, Kalatz, a student at the University of Hamburg in Germany, once studied this conjecture, hence the name. Positive integer, even number, odd number. Great, very simple. Completely understandable. To find a positive integer, let this number be x. If the next number is an odd number, then multiply it by 3 and add 1, that is, 3x plus 1. If x is an even number, then divide it by 2, that is, x2. Then this number will definitely become 1 after 4 and 2. If the number you want is 3, then 3x3 plus 1 equals 10, 102 equals 5. 5x3 plus 1 equals 16, 162 equals 8, 82 equals 4, 42 equals 2, 22 equals 1. Liemo took a pen to check the content of the question. It was completely correct, but how to prove it? Induction. No. Use the theorem to prove it directly. No. Swish, swish, swish. A piece of paper, 2 pieces of paper, 3 pieces of paper, 1 hour, 2 hours. 3 hours. Take out a bottle of energy coffee. Now is not the time to save. Daybreak. Darkness. Still no use. Still no use. He was a little discouraged, closed his eyes and thought slowly. It seemed that the conventional way of solving the problem was completely impossible. Isn't there a drop of inspiration water? There was only 1 drop in the small bottle. It dripped into the mouth, and it was a little sweet. It seemed to be of no use. It couldn't be a fake. Wait, I thought of it. A flash of inspiration suddenly flashed through his brain. N is an even number. N/2 is an even number. Dividing by 2 to 1. N is an even number. N/2 is an even number. Until n divided by 2 to the power of x is an odd number. We express n divided by 2 to the power of x as n, which is equivalent to n being an odd number. When it is an even number, the number must be decreasing. If n is an odd number, nx2 plus nx1 plus 1, 2n plus n plus 1 must be an even number, 2n plus n plus 1, slash 2n plus n plus 1, slash 2. There are 2 cases, an even number and an odd number. If it is an even number, it will repeat. When it is an even number, the number keeps decreasing, until n plus 1, slash 2 is an odd number. Because, if n is an odd number, there is only n plus 1, slash 2 that is an even number. 1n plus 1, slash 2 can be an odd number. N is odd. N plus 1, slash 2 is odd. Let's continue. N plus 1, slash 2 is odd. x2 plus x1 plus 1, 2n plus n plus 1 plus n plus 1, slash 2 plus 1, 2n plus 1 plus n plus 1, slash 4 is even. Divide by 2, 2 plus x1 plus 1, 2n plus n plus 1 plus n plus 1, slash 2 plus 1. Continue the 2 cases. It is even. It is odd. If it is even, repeat. And, the number is decreasing, when it is even. until 2n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 4 is odd. Transform to n plus n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 4 because n is odd. N plus 1 is even if and only if n plus 1 slash 4 is even. N plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 4 can be odd. N plus 2, n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 4 plus n plus 1 slash 8 is an odd number. x2 plus x1 plus 1. 2n plus 4, n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 2 plus n plus 1 slash 4 plus n plus 2, n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 4 plus n plus 1 slash 8 plus 1. 10n plus 8 plus n plus 1 slash 8 is an even number. Divided by 2, 5n plus 4 plus n plus 1 slash 16. N plus 4, n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 16 infinite loop until n plus 1 slash 2 is x power equals 1. The proof is complete. For every positive integer, if it is an odd number, multiply it by 3 and add 1. If it is an even number, divide it by 2. Repeat this cycle and you will get 1 in the end. This conjecture is completely correct. Liemo put down the pen in his hand and closed his eyes. He felt the storm of wisdom rolling in his mind and a power in the depths of his soul slowly awakening. He checked the alarm clock and realized that he hadn't slept for 74 hours. Everything went dark before his eyes and he fainted on the bed. His last words were, "I still have a paper to write." Chapter 6 Essay 2. There is only 1 week left before the start of school, and the teachers of Mengcheng No. 1 Middle School have already started preparing for the new semester. Mr. Zhang, the head teacher of class 3 of grade 1, is sorting out the final grades of the last semester in his office. Song Yang, Mathematics 81, Chinese 75, English 90, Zhang Meng, Mathematics 90, Chinese 85, English 86. Chen Shuxian, Mathematics 95, Chinese 92, English 96. Chen Shuxian is the best student in the class, but when she visited her home, she found that her parents wanted her to study abroad, so she couldn't take the college entrance examination. Teacher Zhang felt a little sorry. Yang Hui, Mathematics 75, Chinese 80, English 85. Liemo, Mathematics 70, Chinese 75, English 73. Calculating the students' grades, Mr. Zhang was a little worried. The grades of the students in class 3 of grade 1 were much worse than those of class 1 and class 2 of grade 1. He knew the reason. When the high school was divided into classes at the beginning of the semester, the school assigned many good seedlings to class 1 of grade 1. This was something Mr. Zhang knew when he took over class 3 of grade 1, and it was also a big pit dug for him by the school's academic director. He jumped in without hesitation, even though he knew it was a big pit, because in his opinion, teachers should teach everyone. Good students should be well educated, and poor students should be educated even more attentively. Reality taught him a hard lesson, and then the school announced that the head teacher of the class with the best college entrance examination results every year would be rewarded with a 120 square meter house. How much he wanted the house. He still lives with his father-in-law and his mother-in-law. Although the two old people were very good to him, he had long wanted a house of his own. His wife also muttered in his ear many times, but looking at the house price of more than 10,000 outside, he knew that he couldn't even afford the down payment. After calming down, Teacher Zhang began to prepare for various matters before the start of school. He remembered Liemo's prank call, and it seemed that he had to visit Liemo's home before school started. He also had to go to Chen Shuxian's house. After all, she was the best student. Hey, look at the report card. Your class's grades are 10 points lower than ours. The house will be mine in 2 years. The Dean of Academic Affairs is my cousin. Old Zhang, don't bother thinking about the house. Save some brain cells and live 2 more years. The person who came was Liu Pifan, the head teacher of class 1, grade 1, a 50-year-old woman with makeup. Her brother is the Dean of Academic Affairs of the school. Teacher Zhang ignored her and just walked out with the students' information. He would take it home to study how to help students improve. After waking up, I felt refreshed. Although the collapse conjecture has been proved, the paper has not been organized. Liamo did not even have time to eat breakfast and started to write the paper. Title: On the establishment of the conclusion that for every positive integer, if it is an odd number, multiply it by 3 and add 1. If it is an even number, divide it by 2. Repeat this cycle and you will get 1 in the end. Abstract: This paper proves the topic through double reverse induction. Text: n is an even number, n/2 is an even number, and it keeps dividing by 2 to 1. N is an even number, n/2 is an even number, until n is divided by 2 to the power of x, which is an odd number. We express n divided by 2 to the power of x as n, which is equivalent to n being an odd number. When it is an even number, the number must be decreasing. N is an odd number, nx2 plus nx1 plus 1, 2n plus n plus 1, this must be an even number, 2n plus n plus 1, slash 2n plus n plus 1, slash 2. There are two cases here. It is an even number. It is an odd number. If it is an even number, it will repeat. When it is an even number, the number keeps decreasing until n plus 1 slash 2 is an odd number. Because n is an odd number, and only n plus 1 slash 2 is an even number, 1n plus 1 slash 2 can be an odd number. N is an odd number, n plus 1 slash 2 is an odd number, and we continue below. N plus 1 slash 2 is an odd number, x2 plus x1 plus 1, 2n plus n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 2 plus 1 is an even number, divided by 2. 2n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 4 continue the two cases, is an even number, is an odd number, and is an even number, then repeat, and, when it is an even number, the number is decreasing anyway, until 2n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 4 is an odd number. Transform to n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 4 because n is an odd number, n plus 1 is an even number, and only n plus 1 slash 4 is an even number, and n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 4 can be an odd number. N plus 2, n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 4 plus n plus 1 slash 8 is an odd number. x2 plus x1 plus 1, 10n plus 8 plus n plus 1 slash 8 is an even number, divided by 2, 5n plus 4 plus n plus 1 slash 16. 2n plus 4, n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 2 plus n plus 1 slash 4 plus n plus 2, n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 4 plus n plus 1 slash 8 plus 1 n plus 4 n plus 1 plus n plus 1 slash 16 infinite loop until n plus 1 slash 2 to get x power equals 1. So far the proof is complete. From this we can determine that for every positive integer, if it is an odd number, multiply it by 3 and add 1. If it is an even number, divide it by 2, and repeat this cycle, and you will eventually get 1. This conjecture is completely correct. Author, Liamo Mengcheng, number 1 high school, class 3, grade 1. The primary learning paper writing function in his head is really useful. Liamo almost finished it in one go. He checked it carefully again, to make sure there were no omissions. He took out the piggy bank he hid under the bed, and counted it carefully. There was still 205.6 yuan. He took out 20 yuan and there was still 185.6 yuan. He was ready to print, and mail the paper. The money in the piggy bank was all saved from his few meal expenses. He originally planned to buy a new basketball. His annual New Year's money was confiscated by Liamo's mother in the name of safekeeping. Those New Year's money were given to the children of relatives, so Liamo did not complain too much. There was a knock on the door outside. Liamo opened the door and saw Liamo's mother holding a fruit plate outside. "Son, you must be tired from studying. Eat some fruit." Liamo took a step back. He was scared by this super treatment. "Mom, come in and sit." Liamo moved the only chair in the room. "Mom doesn't want to sit down because I see you've been studying these days. Have you been stimulated by something? Studying is important, but health is more important. Why don't you take a break and play ball in the afternoon?" Liamo's mother asked softly. Liamo didn't know whether to laugh or cry. It was his mother who forced him to study with a stick all day, and now it was the same mother who persuaded him to go out and play. It's okay, Mom, I'm in good health. I want to review all the books before school starts. Liam doesn't have much time to go out and play now. He read 2 more books today and got 20 points. Every time he saw the points go in, Liam felt like playing a game. This feeling is so cool. Liam has used up one of the 2 cans of coffee he won in the lottery, and he has to keep the remaining can. He found that it is a liver-burning artifact. Before dinner, Liam finished reading 2 history books again. 20 points went in. Today, Liam's father came back a little early, and the family rarely sat together for dinner. I heard from your mother that you have been studying these days. Liam's father asked, after hesitating for a long time. Well, I plan to review before school starts. Liam made an excuse. Today, manager Chen from the factory, who used to live next door, gave me a ticket to the city planetarium. He wants you to bring his daughter to visit tomorrow. Liam's father hesitated and said, since you still want to read books, I'll call and decline for you. Me? Chen Shuxian? City planetarium? Liam was a little confused. Ahem. Don't decline. Liam's mother heard what Leoli said, and despite almost choking on the porridge, she hurriedly stopped him. Think about who Leo Chen is. He is your immediate superior. I heard from Chen Shuxian's mother that Leo Chen is going to be promoted again. Who is like you, who has been working in the workshop all his life. If you offend him, you will suffer the consequences. Chen Shuxian is such a good student. It's a good thing to be together and learn from her. Besides, the ticket to the city planetarium costs more than 100 yuan, right? How can I not go to such a good thing? Liam's mother swallowed the porridge and spoke like a machine gun. Leoli looked at Liam. He wanted to know his decision. Okay, I'll go to Chen Shuxian's house to pick her up early tomorrow morning. Liam took the ticket, reading without realizing that spring has come. Every minute counts. It's not a Taoist who is here to make people laugh. Zhao King and Kang Si are pursuing. Without the bonus of alien coffee, Liam felt very tired after reading for 2 hours after dinner. Lying on the bed, looking at Kobe's photo on the wall, he knew that he was getting further and further away from the NBA. Chapter 7 Carbon-Based Organisms. Pajero. Liam checks his score every day, hoping that he can break through the 3rd level in mathematics as soon as possible. Summoning the learning assistance system, a pink learning machine appears in front of him. 1. Mathematics level. 2. 150 over 5000. 2. Physics level. 0. 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 0. 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level. 1 current available points. 0. Liam found that the intelligence value on the attribute panel changed from 0 to 1. The Pajero people never explained what the intelligence in the system is. He clicked to view the introduction. Introduction to Intelligence. The accumulation of knowledge cannot become wisdom. Major scientific discoveries often come from inadvertent inspiration in the mind. The larger the intelligence value, the more frequent the inspiration bursts. Please note that there is no maximum value for intelligence. Ways to obtain intelligence. Solving an unsolved problem of the current civilization can increase the intelligence value by 1 level. It turns out that intelligence can enhance people's inspiration. The higher the intelligence value, the more frequent the inspiration bursts. This value is very important. Only by solving a problem that has never been solved before can the spiritual intelligence value be improved. This condition is too difficult. Liam still has lingering fears about the difficulties he encountered when solving the first problem. If it were not for that drop of inspiration inspiring water, he would not have been able to break the Collatz conjecture from another way. This also made him more deeply aware of the importance of spiritual intelligence. Since you have completed the task for the first time, you will receive a special reward from the system. A message popped up on the learning machine. Spiritual intelligence is a parallel subject. The functions of this learning machine are becoming more and more perfect. It seems that Pajero is constantly designing the system. Click to receive the reward. Congratulations on receiving 2000 subject points, 10 cubic meters of different dimensional storage space, and a discarded computer part. 2000 subject points. What Liam lacks most now is subject points. Different dimensional storage space. A new tab appeared on the learning machine interface. Storage. Click the tab, and a backpack similar to the one in the online game appears on the interface. Can this backpack store items? Liemo dragged the discarded computer parts he had just obtained into the backpack of the other dimension. Sure enough, the parts appeared in the backpack, and the available space of the backpack became 9 cubic meters. Click parts label, and drag it out. A black part of unknown material appeared in the room. Liemo observed carefully. It was too big for a computer part. It was estimated to be as big as an ordinary computer case. Are the computer parts of alien civilization so big? No one would answer his doubts. Liemo could only store the black parts in the backpack first. Can I ask questions now? Liemo asked impatiently. In his spare time, he carefully studied the rules set by the Pajero people. According to the rules, only by completing the system tasks can you get the opportunity to ask questions to the Pajero people. Subject upgrades should also be part of the system tasks. Then in addition to completing the tasks issued, completing subject upgrades should also be completing the tasks of this system. No, only by completing the tasks can you get the opportunity to ask questions. The Pajero people decisively refused. Is subject upgrade a system task? Liemo was well prepared, and this time he was not timid. Yes. The Pajero people hesitated for a moment, but did not deny the facts. My spiritual intelligence subject has completed an upgrade. Did I complete a mission? Liemo discovered a loophole in the Pajero system. Yes. The Pajero had to admit that Liemo had completed a mission. Then are you going to violate the general law of cosmic civilization and deceive me, a low-level civilization? He pressed on step by step. He found that this Pajero respected the general law of cosmic civilization very much. Although Liemo did not know the content of the law, he could still guess that the law must have stipulated some restrictions on the communication between high-level civilizations and low-level civilizations, such as not allowing deception. You can ask a question now. The Pajero finally gave in. Are you Pajerus human? Liemo asked the question. He thought about it and added, I mean, are you flesh and blood? We are also carbon-based creatures, and our appearance is very similar to your Earth humans. As he said, the grey fog in front of the Pajero slowly dissipated, revealing his true face. It is very similar to humans, with a head, 2 legs, a nose and a mouth. The biggest difference is that the Pajero's head is particularly large, almost twice the size of an Earthling's head. Although the Pajero people look ugly, they at least look like humans, which is much better than the strange aliens in science fiction movies. When Liemo was in junior high school, he watched a movie about aliens, called Alien at his classmate's house. The movie describes the future world, where humans can easily travel between stars, and conduct commercial activities in space. A foreign spacecraft completed its mission, and was about to return to Earth. It received a distress signal, and found the wreckage of a spacecraft. On the abandoned spacecraft, the crew members were hunted by a terrifying alien creature one after another. The scene of the terrifying alien creature devouring the crew members of the spacecraft in the movie gave him nightmares for several consecutive nights. If the Pajero people look like the alien creatures in Alien, Liemo doesn't know how to face it. I think your description is too simple. Liemo was not satisfied with the simple answer of the Pajero people. Of course, it was also the victory in the debate with the Pajero people for the first time today that gave him courage. I didn't get the chance to ask questions during the last 2 subject upgrades. Do you think this is fair? What else do you want to know? I can't answer your new questions, but I can make some supplements to the questions I've answered. The Pajero man shook his big head and said hesitantly, I want to know some specific information about you Pajero people. This time Liemo used a vague description, because he had asked where do aliens come from before. Pajero is an A-class planet, about the size of 10 Earths. Although it is large, there are not many areas suitable for our survival. After I came to your 3rd planet in the solar system, I found that compared to Pajero, this is heaven. The Pajero man continued to tell his origins. This 3rd planet in the solar system is described as Earth in Chinese and Earth in English, right? I actually prefer the Chinese description Earth. Do you know why? Pajero suddenly asked back. Liemo didn't react. He thought, Chinese sounds better. Do you know what the biggest difference between Earth and other planets in the universe is? Pajero didn't wait for Liamo's answer. The Earth has a huge amount of soil, which is something that other planets in the universe cannot have, so I think the Chinese description is more appropriate. The simple two words Earth describe the characteristics of this planet. This soil, Earth. Liamo just wanted to applaud the wisdom of the Chinese language. Soil is so precious to our carbon-based life. It is simply the cradle of life. You can't imagine how difficult it is for carbon-based organisms to evolve on our planet Pajero. Pajero continued. Pajero is a red planet. 99% of its surface is covered with iron-rich sand, and only 1% of its area has soil. All carbon-based organisms fight for that 1% of soil. At this point, the Pajero stopped. Liamo knew that he had finished answering this time. Although he didn't get more answers, he got a better understanding of the Pajero. It was time to count the rewards that Liamo liked the most. This time he accidentally got 2000 points, an extra dimensional backpack that can store 10 cubic items, and a discarded computer part. Now he has 2500 available points. He has played online games before. When the character level in the online game is low, it is an unwise choice to store experience. So he decided to allocate all the available points to mathematics and do his best to improve the mathematics level. Click to view the attribute diagram after allocation. 1. Mathematics level. 2. 2150/5000. 2. Physics level. 0. 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 0. 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level. 1 current available points. 0 another 2850 points are needed to upgrade mathematics to level 3. The task of publishing a paper will reward 3000 points, which is enough to upgrade mathematics to level 3. Liamo calculated and waited for the paper to be published. The grey fog dissipated and returned to reality. He flipped out the small black notebook and wrote, "The Pajero people are carbon-based creatures, and the Pajero star is a barren red planet. Could it be that the big-headed Pajero people are coveting the soil of the earth?" If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 8 Mathematical Monthly. Wei's Ionian is a 24K newcomer in the editorial department of Mathematical Monthly. His task is to receive and review submissions from the masses. Last night, he was dragged to a party by his classmates who also graduated from the Department of Mathematics of Peking University. At the party, he heard that his ex-girlfriend was going to get married. He drank to drown his sorrows and was almost late in the morning. After clocking in and swiping his fingerprint, Wei's Ionian, who was sitting at his desk, was still a little confused. He randomly pulled out a submission from a pile of submissions on the table. The page read, "Proof of the Riemann hypothesis." Well, it's a big one. Early in the morning, Wei's Ionian turned to the end of the paper and looked at the page number. Page 56. The special manuscripts of the magazine or the papers written by some professors are all submitted to the editor-in-chief for direct review. The submissions of the masses, also known as folk scientists, are the responsibility of Wei's Ionian, a newcomer to the magazine. Those manuscripts are generally very imaginative, but cannot withstand logical scrutiny. Wei's Ionian once saw a masses use a 300-page paper to discuss there is an unknown integer between the natural numbers 3 and 4. At that time, he had just joined the magazine. He spent a day enduring various logical errors in the paper and carefully read the more than 300 pages of the paper. In the paper, the masses tried their best to prove that he found that there was an integer between 3 and 4 that humans had not discovered. The result disappointed Wei's Ionian. He found that this paper was actually a fantasy novel. The paper that impressed him the most was Proof of the Goldbach Conjecture. The paper was only 1 page long, and it said, because 1 plus 1 equals 2, the Goldbach conjecture is true. Wei's Ionian almost laughed his ass off at the time. Fortunately, the paper was only 1 page long, and did not waste his time. After that, Wei Xiaonian reviewed the manuscript of the masses. There was a serious logical error in the paper, and it was shot directly. This proof of the Riemann hypothesis was shot by him when it turned to the second page, saving him 54 pages of time. On for every positive integer, if it is an odd number, multiply it by 3 and add 1, if it is an even number, divide it by 2, and repeat this cycle, and you will eventually get 1. Author, Liemo of Mengcheng No. 1 High School. Yesterday's hangover made Wei Xiaonian a little dizzy, and he looked at the title of this paper. He didn't remember it for a while, so he read it twice, and suddenly realized that this is the Calais conjecture, another Riemann conjecture. Wei Xiaonian has long been accustomed to it. He flipped through it, and fortunately there were only 21 pages. He began to review Liemo's paper according to his work skills. There were no mistakes on the first page, which was normal. There were no mistakes on the second page. It seems that this high school teacher has a good level of mathematics. There were no mistakes on the third page, and he continued to read. There were no mistakes on the fourth page. There were no mistakes on the 11th page. Page 12. I don't understand. Wei Xiaonian was a little surprised that he couldn't find a logical error in the first 11 pages of the paper. Starting from page 12, he couldn't understand the several transformations used by the author in succession. Wei Xiaonian has always been proud of his mathematical attainments. When he graduated from university, many foreign companies invited him. Wei Xiaonian, who wanted to make achievements in the field of mathematics, chose this publishing house with a meager salary, which also led to his breakup with his girlfriend. Wei Xiaonian remembered that when he broke up with his girlfriend, they were both drunk, and his beloved girlfriend cried and said that she could not see a future with him. This has become an eternal pain in his heart. Writing a paper in front of him made him hesitate. The collapse conjecture has existed for hundreds of years. Although its problem can be described by high school mathematics, it does not mean that it is simple. On the contrary, countless mathematicians have been committed to solving this difficult problem for hundreds of years. Now a high school teacher actually sent a paper claiming that he solved this difficult problem in the paper. What surprised him even more was that he could not find a logical loophole in the paper. He had made up his mind and stood up and pushed open the door of the editor-in-chief's office. Professor Wang, I have a paper on the Calais conjecture that I need you to look at. A head with almost bald hair on the desk poked out from behind a pile of magazines. A pair of thick glasses were on his nose. The cloudy eyes behind the lenses were full of doubts. In an academic journal, the editors responsible for reviewing the manuscripts of the masses are the ones who communicate the least with the editor-in-chief. Because the manuscripts submitted by the masses are often some fantasy novels, which are unlikely to be put in front of the editor-in-chief. I couldn't find any mistakes in this manuscript. I couldn't understand the author's continuous conversion in the next dozen pages. Wei Xiaonian said a little ashamedly, after noticing Professor Wang's doubts. A wrinkled hand took the manuscript. Put it here, I'll take a look later. Professor Wang raised his head and said slowly. Wei Xiaonian, who hushed out of the editor-in-chief's office, breathed a sigh of relief. Every time he faced the famous old stubborn in the mathematics community, he felt uncomfortable all over. The old man Wang's eyes seemed to be able to see through people's 5 stomachs and 6 internal organs. However, it is precisely because of Wang's stubbornness that the Mathematical Monthly never has any articles that are just for show, and its credibility is getting higher and higher. Let's throw this hot potato to the editor-in-chief to solve it. Wei Xiaonian was happy. The most difficult thing about reviewing academic papers is not being able to figure out the author's ideas and the logical relationship used in the paper. If you can't understand the paper, you can't judge whether the argument is valid. He sat down and finally relaxed. Although he didn't understand the paper just now, it also consumed a lot of his energy. He poured a cup of coffee. Although the salary of the magazine is not high, the coffee is free. I think it is also to save the editors who fight in the fantasy novels all day long. Drinking coffee and thinking about random things, Wei Xiaonian saw the editor-in-chief Professor Wang coming over with the manuscript he had just submitted. This paper. Did you receive this paper? Professor Wang looked very excited. Yes, I received it today. Professor Wang's abnormal excitement scared Wei Xiaonian, and he answered honestly. Have you checked for plagiarism? The plagiarism rate of the paper is less than 10%. Wei Xiaonian's professional quality is still very high. Before he handed the manuscript to the editor-in-chief, he checked it in the system. Generally, academic papers with a plagiarism rate of no more than 20% are considered excellent, and the plagiarism rate of this manuscript is only 10%. This is also one of the reasons that prompted Wei Xiaonian to hand the manuscript to the editor-in-chief. Less than 10%? Sure enough, Professor Wang's face was even more joyful after hearing this. Any questions? Looking at Professor Wang's face full of joy, Wei Xiaonian made a bold guess. Could this paper really prove the Collatz conjecture? Wei Xiaonian asked anxiously. Although he handed the manuscript to the editor-in-chief, he still had no expectation that the paper was correct. After all, it was the Collatz conjecture, which has troubled generations of Chinese and foreign mathematicians. Could it be that it was really proved by those 21 pages of paper? Could it be that it was really proved by that Mengcheng high school teacher? Wei Xiaonian was shocked by this bold idea in his mind. Professor Wang tried his best to suppress his emotions and said in a calm tone, "It is not confirmed that the paper is completely correct, but according to my review, there is no problem with the main arguments and logic. I will go to the International Mathematical Society to ask Mr. Zhao and others to take a look. You should print a few more copies of this paper for backup." He walked out, stopped at the door, turned back and told Wei Xiaonian, "Also, show this paper to your teacher." Wei Xiaonian's teacher is Professor Wu of the Department of Mathematics at Yan University. He has a high prestige in the Chinese mathematics community. More importantly, he and Professor Wang are classmates. Usually, the magazine will ask Professor Wu to review any difficult manuscripts. The Collatz conjecture has been proved. This is a big event in the mathematics community. Wei Xiaonian suppressed his excitement and called his teacher. Chapter 9 Planetarium. The wind was so cool. Liemo was half asleep and half awake. When did the window open? I had to close it. I stood up, but why couldn't I move? I wanted to shout, but the sound was stuck in my throat. I struggled desperately, but couldn't make a sound. A gray shadow slowly approached. There was a noise in my head. I felt that my brain was invaded by darkness, and my consciousness was gradually squeezed to the edge of my brain, and was about to leave my body. Ding 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 ding. Liemo suddenly opened his eyes, and his consciousness came back. It turned out to be a dream. He stood up, and walked to the window. Through the glass, he could see the flashing neon lights on the street. After closing the window, he sighed and slowly sat down at the desk. He took out the black covered book, opened the title page, and picked up the pen to make changes. 1. According to the general principles of the law of cosmic civilization, the Grey Shadow Man can hide things from me, but cannot lie. Add a note: the Grey Shadow Man is a Pajero man too. The questions I asked confirmed that I was useful to him, and there was no danger to his life for the time being. Add a note: this one is doubtful. Liemo hesitated. 3. Speculations about the identity of the Grey Shadow. 1. Artificial intelligence. 2. Special person. 3. Alien. Add a note: it is definitely an alien. 4. The purpose of the Grey Shadow is to force me to study for the time being. Add a note: learning assistance system, pink learning machine. 5. The hall may be located in my mind, but it can affect reality. Add a note: it has been confirmed. 6. What is the general law of cosmic civilization? Add a note: the specific content of the law is unknown, but it should be a certain restriction on the communication between high-level civilization and low-level civilization. 7. Carbon-based creatures. Pajero is a barren red planet. Add a note: it is possible to covet the soil of the earth. After adding the notes, Liemo sat quietly at the desk. He read the words written on the black notebook countless times. The sun was shining, and Liemo came downstairs of Chen Shuxian's house with a kettle. Chen Shuxian was still lying in front of the window on the second floor, sticking out a little head. "Let's go to the planetarium together." Liemo took the initiative to say hello. "Wait a minute, I'll change my clothes." Chen Shuxian saw Liemo coming, and ran away from the window. "Aren't you wearing clothes? Why do you need to change clothes?" Liemo couldn't understand. After waiting for half an hour, Liemo's legs were almost numb from standing, and Chen Shuxian pushed open the door and appeared in front of him. She was wearing a light yellow chiffon dress, a string of crystals around her neck, and her wet hair revealed a bit of cuteness. I still remember our old encounter. In the light smoke and the moon, her jade-like face was full of faith, and she smiled and came back. Chen Shuxian's appearance changed drastically, not at all like the female tyrant in Liamo's memory. He felt a little dazed. Have you seen enough? Let's go? Chen Shuxian pretended not to see Liamo's loss of composure, and walked in front with her hands behind her back. Okay, Liamo was embarrassed by his loss of composure. After changing 2 buses, they finally arrived at the planetarium. The planetarium in Mengcheng is newly built, and it is obvious that this old city has not yet adapted to its existence. Perhaps the people of Mengcheng are not used to this kind of paid science popularization, so there are not many people in the planetarium. The hall was filled with popular science books on astronomy, and the wall-mounted TV was playing a beautiful starry sky. Liamo stopped in front of an LED screen that introduced the galaxy. The equatorial circumference of the Earth is about 40,075 kilometers, and the radius of the solar system is 40 astronomical units, about 6 billion kilometers, bounded by the orbit of Pluto, which is equivalent to the length of 470,000 Earths lying flat on the same plane. The Sun is an ordinary star in the Milky Way, located on a spiral arm of the Milky Way called the Orion Arm, about 30,000 light-years away from the center of the Milky Way. The Milky Way is a barred spiral galaxy with a diameter of 200,000 light-years and 200 billion to 400 billion stars. The entire universe is estimated to have about 1 trillion galaxies through the Hubble Ultra Deep Field. How many Earths or Pajero planets will exist in these 1 trillion galaxies, and how many civilizations will exist? Why are you in a daze? I didn't expect you to be so interested in astronomy. Chen Shuxian, who was next to him, saw Liamo standing there in a daze and pushed him. Nothing. I just feel that human beings are too small. Compared with the universe, we are like a speck of dust. Liamo came back to his senses. Do you know this photo? It was taken by a probe spacecraft. Chen Shuxian said, leading Liamo to a picture. There was only a blurry beam of light on the whole picture. Chen Shuxian pointed to a small light spot on the blurry beam and said, look, this is our Earth. Sagan said about this light spot, on this small spot, there are all the people on our Earth. There are people you love, people you know, people you have heard of, there are you, and there are me. Chen Shuxian blinked her bright eyes. There are you and me in the sentence behind. Did you add it yourself? Liamo questioned Chen Shuxian's words. In 1996, astrophysicist and famous science writer Carl Sagan said a very famous sentence, on this small spot, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you have heard of, and everyone who has ever existed, has lived out their lives there. Here is where all the joys and sufferings, thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines are gathered. Every hunter and searcher, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every hopeful child, every parent, inventor, and explorer, every teacher of morality, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in human history, all live here, a speck of dust suspended in the sun. Liamo recited Carl Sagan's words word for word. In order to accumulate points, he worked hard to read several astronomy books, which happened to have the description of this photo and Carl Sagan's words. This photo was taken in 1990, when the Voyager 1 probe was about to fly out of the solar system, 6 billion kilometers away from the Earth. He added, "The explanation is very good. Are you the interpreter of the planetarium?" A little girl raised her hand and asked, followed by a group of children. Liamo then realized that he was surrounded by a crowd of people, including parents with children and couples. They were all immersed in Liamo's description of the photos. "Can you explain the solar system to our children?" She was a kindergarten teacher. "I'm a narrator." Liamo then realized that he had caused everyone's misunderstanding. "No, I'm not. I'm just an ordinary astronomy enthusiast." Liamo smiled slightly. Chen Shuxian watched quietly beside him, her big eyes twinkling. She took the initiative to pull Liamo's hand and rushed out of the crowd. The two smiled at each other in a remote corner. I didn't expect that just reciting a passage from a book would attract so many people. Liemo apologized to her embarrassedly. You have a good memory. You can recite such a long passage word for word. Do you like astronomy very much? Chen Shuxian asked curiously. Liemo's academic performance was not very good on weekdays. Yes, I like it very much. Don't you think the universe is very big? Liemo was infected by the atmosphere of the planetarium. The secrets in his mind could not be told to others. In your eyes and mine, the Earth is already very big. We can't travel to every corner of the Earth, even if we spend our entire lives. But the Earth is just an ordinary planet in the solar system. There is also a primitive star cluster around the solar system, which also contains countless asteroids and comets. The more I know, the more insignificant I feel. The solar system is already big enough. If we put the solar system in the Milky Way, it is just a drop in the ocean. And in the Milky Way, there are even 200 billion stars similar to the solar system. Liemo felt Chen Shuxian staring at him with shining eyes, and then slowly said, the Milky Way is already very large. There is also a supercluster around the Milky Way. There are more than 100 galaxy groups larger than the Milky Way in the supercluster. If you travel through the supercluster at the speed of light, it will take at least 200 million years. The supercluster is part of the supercluster, and the coverage of the supercluster can reach 520 million light years. The number of stars in this supercluster cannot be calculated. Although the supercluster is very large, it is just a hair compared to the universe. The Earth is just a speck of dust in the universe, Liemo said, and suddenly became sad. He felt that he was too small. Chen Shuxian looked at the melancholy boy in front of him, and the faint sadness revealed in his piercing eyes. She felt very distressed. Let's go to the astronomical telescope. I heard that the new telescope purchased by the planetarium can see the lunar craters. She took the initiative to ask Liemo to visit the astronomical telescope. Perhaps this could dilute his sadness. Chapter 10 Endless Void. The Montreal Observatory is a professional observatory with a 20-year history. It has the world's leading astronomical telescope and can clearly see the M58 star in the Messier catalogue galaxy. Welcome everyone to visit. Liemo carefully read the brochure of the planetarium. There was a long line in front of the telescope. It seemed that everyone was here for the newly installed telescope. In fact, you can only see the sun when you use an astronomical telescope to look at the space during the day, but this does not seem to affect the enthusiasm of the people of Montreal. Listening to a couple who just walked down from the telescope saying that they had just seen Alta and Vega, Liemo found it funny. The book records that Vega, also known as Vega 1 or Lyrae, is the brightest star in Lyra, about 25 light years away from the Earth. Due to its extremely high rotation speed, it is obviously oblate, and the equatorial radius is 19% larger than the polar radius. It can be clearly seen at night in the northern hemisphere. The key is that it is daytime now, and it is impossible to see Vega with an ordinary astronomical telescope. Liemo smiled and shook his head. Finally it was their turn. Chen Shuxian gave the stargazing position to Liemo, and Liemo did not refuse. He knew that it was impossible to see any stars at this brightness. He just wanted to see the home of the alien in his head. He calculated the position of the galaxy in his mind and determined the direction of the emission nebula in space. Liemo operated the telescope and looked over. Sure enough, there was nothing. The sun's light obscured everything. He was a little disappointed. He turned the telescope and observed casually in space, expecting to see a bright spot, but there was still nothing. The lens passed through the sky and looked at a carefully selected place in the universe. Danger detected. Emergency start. Emergency plan. Increase the power of quantum wave transmission. Liemo heard the sharp noise again. He couldn't stand it and squatted on the ground with his head covered. The alarm is lifted. The alarm is lifted. The noise receded like a tide. Pajero. Pajero. He knew it was the alien in his head who did it. Come out. Why are you doing this? Liemo shouted in his heart. The big-headed Pajero appeared in the grey fog, shaking his huge head, looking a little tired. When you look into the void is also staring at you. The Pajero said something inexplicable. Liemo didn't know what the Pajero's words meant. Humans on Earth always have an inexplicable optimism about the universe, or lack of the universe. Did he mean that the ignorant are fearless? Liemo thought. The universe is so big, and we Pajero people have only explored 1/billionth. According to our speculation, there are about 2 trillion galaxies and 200 trillion planets in the universe. There are hundreds of millions of civilizations on these planets. The Pajero revealed an astonishing number. Since the Pajero civilization entered the third level civilization, we began to explore the entire water droplet galaxy. We found that there are many first level and second level civilizations in the entire water droplet galaxy. The Pajero people are very excited, and they are happy that they are no longer alone in the universe. It seems that this Pajero with a big head shaking is giving me a history lesson of Pajero, Liemo thought. At first, we tried to get along with each other in a friendly way, teaching each other various Pajero technologies and providing technological routes, but something unexpected happened. Those low-level civilizations attacked us one after another. Isn't this the dark forest theory? Liemo couldn't help but interrupt. Although he didn't like studying, he loved reading science fiction novels. He was familiar with the dark forest theory in science fiction novels. The universe described in the novel is a dark forest. Every civilization is a hunter with a gun, sneaking through the forest like a ghost, gently pushing away the branches that block the way, trying not to make any sound with his footsteps, and even breathing must be careful. He must be careful, because there are hunters sneaking like him everywhere in the forest. If he finds other life, there is only one thing he can do: shoot and destroy. This is the truth that the Pajero civilization paid the price of countless blood to understand. I didn't expect that in the first level civilization on Earth, there are people who can foresee the picture of cosmic civilization. It's really not simple, the Pajero people exclaimed. Since then, the Pajero people have changed their strategy. Alien civilizations that encountered the Pajero have all vanished into thin air. The big-headed Pajero man omitted 1,000 years of war history in a short sentence. I just used a telescope to spy on the space, and there was nothing in the starry sky I looked at. Liemo was not convinced by the Pajero man's excuse. Information will not be annihilated. When your sight falls on the space, it will inevitably leave traces. Especially the endless void in the universe. There is nothing there, a void. That is the most terrifying. The Pajero man mentioned the endless void. His expression was full of fear. Then there are so many people using astronomical telescopes to observe the space every day. How can they be fine? Liemo still couldn't understand. Are you an ordinary person? Can ordinary earthlings kidnap our entire Pajero civilization? The big-headed Pajero man was a little angry at Liemo's rebuttal. Every time Liemo heard this big-headed man mention kidnap the entire Pajero civilization, he felt inexplicable. Do you know? In order to shield you from your casual glance at the void, we Pajero people have consumed the energy of a star. The big-headed Pajero man was a little angry. Pajero star is emitting nebulae, 5,000 light years away from the Earth. How can you react so quickly? Liemo felt that there was a big loophole in his words. You still underestimate the wisdom of a civilization that is about to enter level 5. Time, the factor that measures the universe, has become invalid in front of dimensional civilization. He looked at Liemo like an ant. But you can't attack me in this way. If there is a next time, I will not cooperate with your learning assistance system. Liemo used a killer. The Pajero man nodded reluctantly. The grey fog dissipated, and Liemo opened his eyes. Seeing the crowd of onlookers around, Chen Shuxian lay on him with tears in her eyes, and looked at him. Seeing that Liemo woke up, Chen Shuxian got up awkwardly, tidied her clothes, and blushed. But her eyes revealed concern. I'm fine. Maybe I'm too tired from reading these days. Liemo made an excuse. Let's go back. I'm a little tired today. Chen Shuxian nodded. On the bus, Liemo looked at the pedestrians hurrying by the roadside through the window. Are people really like ants? 100 years of life, but after 100 years, it's just a handful of Lois. Unwilling to give up, thinking that the endless starry sky in the universe contains endless secrets. What a pity it would be if we can't explore. There is a pair of strange shoes at the door of the house. Is there a guest at home? Liemo is back. Sit down quickly. Your teacher Zhang is here. Liemo's mother saw him coming back and hurriedly greeted him. Liemo came to the living room and saw his head teacher, Mr. Wang, sitting on the sofa, holding a teacup in his hand, looking embarrassed. There was a box of tea on the table, with 4 words printed on the box, 100 years of Maojian, and a white bearded old man printed next to it. Liemo had a headache. 100 years of Maojian is the only box of tea in the family. Liemo's mother bought it at a high price from a square dance friend. The dancer told her that this tea is the best in the world. It is made by selecting the tea tips of the uninhabited mountain clouds and mists, and brewing for 100 years. There is no tea for sale in the market. This is indeed the truth. No one buys this tea in the market. But her mother believed the dancer's words very much. Every time there was a guest, she would bring out this 100-year tea. Ah, Liemo is back. The teacher came here mainly to visit your home. The new semester is about to start. I want to ask about your study plan. Teacher Zhang was very happy to see Liemo back, as if he had been liberated. Liemo knew that most people could not stand his mother's enthusiasm. Liemo has been reading books these days. Only today did he go to the planetarium with his classmates. That classmate is in your class. Her name is Chen Shuxian. Don't you think so, Liemo? When asked about his study, Liemo's mother took the initiative to answer for him. With Chen Shuxian, did you go to the planetarium together? Very good. You didn't forget to broaden your horizons during the summer vacation. Teacher Zhang praised. Sure enough, good students are right in everything they do. I have explained everything that needs to be explained. I won't bother you anymore. I have a few students to visit. Teacher Zhang stood up and said goodbye. It seems that Liemo's mother's skills have improved again. Liemo, please see Teacher Zhang off for me. Liemo's mother was busy putting away her 100-year tea. The tea would get damp if it was taken out for a long time. You talked about writing a paper on the phone last time. How is it going? Teacher Zhang stopped and asked, after leaving Liemo's house. In his opinion, although Liemo's academic performance is average, he is not the kind of child who would play pranks. It's already been written and mailed out. I chose Mathematical Monthly. Liemo answered truthfully. Point, that's good. Teacher Zhang was stunned, but didn't say anything. Chapter 11 History of Pajero's Civilization 1. Concept and simple representation of number series reading and thinking. Fibonacci sequence, arithmetic sequence, the first 10 terms of an arithmetic sequence, and geometric sequence, the first 10 terms of a geometric sequence. At the desk, Liemo was still burning his liver. The further he walked, the smaller he felt, the wider his circle, the thinner he felt, the more books he read, the more ignorant he felt. Imagining the almost endless universe, Liemo now had no choice but to study hard. New task completed, new task completed, new task completed. The learning machine in his mind beeped. Has the paper been published? Liemo hoped that the paper would be published as soon as possible. The heart called Pajero. The grey fog boiled, and the pink learning machine appeared. Every time Liemo saw this scene, he always felt that the style was not very suitable. Click the task option. Task: a nerd who can't write a paper is not a good nerd. Publish a paper. Boy. Completion progress. 100% task reward. 3000 points, already issued. 1 lottery. Liemo clicked on the lottery, and a prize plate with a large turntable style appeared on the screen. Prizes. 1. A planet with the number 9,827,168,236. 2. A real I-18723 spacecraft. 3. An R-18 deep space probe. 4. A brand new quantum computer. 5. A set of deep space single person protective clothing. 6. A drop of inspiration water. There are planets and spacecraft in the prizes. Liemo was very excited when he saw the prizes on the prize plate. At worst, a quantum computer is also good. He thought of the broken computing parts in the backpack. With a light tap, the pointer on the disk began to turn, and the pointer turned slower and slower. It turned over the planet without stopping, the spacecraft, the probe, and the probe. It didn't stop. Finally, the pointer stopped steadily on the inspiration water. Congratulations on winning a drop of inspiration water. Inspiration water is also very good. Liemo is very good at comforting himself. Question time. If you want to understand a person, you must first check his circle of friends. If you want to understand a race, the best way is to know their history. I want to know the history of your Pajero civilization. Liemo asked a big question this time. He found that this big-headed Pajero was still happy to tell him about some not very sensitive questions. The history of our Pajero civilization? This is a very long history. Sure enough, the Pajero in the grey fog did not refuse. Our data on the Earth show that there have been many mass extinctions on the Earth. The fifth mass extinction caused the extinction of the dinosaurs, the dominant species on the Earth at that time, and human civilization slowly developed. Humans are so lucky. You can't imagine what it feels like for a race to survive in the cracks. Pajero said with envy. When we Pajero people first appeared on the planet Pajero, the planet was ruled by a huge reptile called Gudu. Gudu is a carnivore, 15 meters long, covered in armor, with sharp horns on its head. Gudu is bloodthirsty by nature, and is very similar to the Tyrannosaurus rex of the Cretaceous period on your Earth. What's more terrifying is that Gudu is a highly intelligent social creature that has developed a Gudu civilization. The entire planet Pajero is the hunting ground of Gudu, and any species that dared to challenge Gudu has become extinct. We Pajero were originally just creatures raised by Gudu, and Gudu used us to take care of their cubs. All the Pajerus were locked up in a dark cave. The young Pajerus need to serve the Gudu every day, and the old and frail Pajerus are their reserve food. Do you know what it feels like to be treated as reserve food? Do you know what it feels like to watch your body being devoured and chewed while your brain is still alive? The Pajero people were a little excited. I know, because this period of history is deeply engraved in the genes of us Pajerus. The seeds of wisdom finally grew in the minds of us Pajerus. After millions of years of evolution, millions of years of suffering, and millions of years of baptism of blood, we Pajerus finally locked up the last Gilu beast in the Species Preservation Park. The Pajerus continued to tell their history. At that time, the Pajero civilization had reached level 2, and all Pajerus were excited about being able to explore the starry sky. At this time, Pajero scientists discovered a rapidly rotating neutron star with a strong magnetic field of 10^14T, also known as a pulsar, in the dark universe 200 light years away from the planet. This evil planet will move to the orbital plane of the Pajero planet every 5 million years. This means that every 5 million years, the electromagnetic pulse of the pulsar will directly irradiate the Pajero planet once. The Pajero planet will experience a catastrophe that can cause the extinction of all life. It will be less than 200 years before the pulsar directly irradiates the Pajero planet next time. There is a proverb circulating in the universe: a planet has its own destiny, and a species has its own destiny. Do you believe it? We Pajero people don't believe it. Pajero people said firmly. The big-headed Pajero stopped, not moving. What then? Liemo was listening, immersed in the magnificent history of Pajero civilization. I'll talk about it in the next question. Our history is too long. Pajero people took it for granted. Is this waiting for the next analysis? But according to the general rules of the law of cosmic civilization, Pajero people did not break the rules. Wait until the math level is upgraded to level 3, and you can get another chance to ask questions. Liemo thought in his mind. Let's see if there are any new tasks. Click the task tab. New task release. Task. Be famous in the whole school, young man. Explanation. Be famous as early as possible. A tyrant who doesn't want to be famous is not a qualified tyrant. A real tyrant must have the courage to appear on the stage. Requirements. Every teacher and student in the school knows you. Reward. 3000 subject experience points. 1 ordinary lottery. Time limit. 10 days accept. Yes/no. Does everyone in the school know me? Liemo was surprised by this task. Do I have to stand at the school gate and hand out business cards? He smiled and shook his head, but still accepted it directly. Putting aside the distracting thoughts in my heart, I opened the attribute tab, and finally the mathematics can be upgraded to level 3. 1. Mathematics level. 2. 2150/5000. 2. Physics level. 0. 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 0. 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level. 1 current available points. 3000 attribute panel after the upgrade is completed. 1. Mathematics level. 3. 150 over 5000. 2. Physics level. 0. 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 0. 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level. 1 current available points. 0 task, be famous throughout the school, young man. Task progress. 0.5% it seems that I'm a homebody. Only 0.5% of the people in the school know me. Liemo was a little surprised. The subject upgrade is completed. I have completed a task. Can I ask questions? He asked directly. Chapter 12 History of Perigee Civilization. 2. Please ask a question. This time the Pajero people did not raise any objections. Please continue to tell the history of the Pajero civilization. Liemo asked. He especially wanted to know what the Pajero civilization would do when faced with the death threat of the pulsar. In less than 200 years, the high-energy electromagnetic pulse of the pulsar will directly hit the Pajero planet. According to calculations, the survival rate of creatures on the Pajero planet under the ionizing radiation of the electromagnetic pulse is 0.000001%. If they stay on the Pajero planet, the Pajero people will only become extinct. The big-headed Pajero people shook their big heads again. The Pajero scientists cast their eyes to space. Through research and testing, they found that stars can shield this high-energy electromagnetic pulse because of their strong ionosphere on their surface, and the nearest star to the Pajero planet is more than 100 million kilometers away. The biggest difficulty at that time was that the Pajero civilization had just reached level 2 civilization and did not have the technology for superluminal navigation, nor did it have a spacecraft that could carry a large population for long-distance voyages. The Pajero people lowered their voices, as if they were unwilling to tell this history. We, the Pajero people, had a population of 5 billion at the time. For 200 years, these 5 billion Pajeros stopped their normal lives, stopped entertaining themselves, and even stopped reproducing. Finally, before the electromagnetic pulse of the pulsar arrived, we gathered all the materials of the Pajero planet and built a spaceship that could carry 100 million people. When the spaceship was launched, all the Pajero people on the ground gathered in the city square to watch the entire launch process. They watched the scientists, historians, biologists and various living biological samples that boarded the spaceship one after another, even including the Gilo beast and the Species Preservation Park. They knew what would be waiting for them on the ground. They were not panicked, they did not blame, they just stood there quietly. On the day of the disaster, a spaceship carrying 100 million people parked behind the orbit of a star. The Pajero people on the spaceship looked at the red Pajero planet in the distance. A silent high-energy electromagnetic pulse passed by, carrying the shadow of death, and satellites in the outer space of Pajero lost contact one after another. The Pajero planet is still the red Pajero planet, but the Pajero people on the spaceship all know that all life on the planet has become extinct, including those 4.9 billion compatriots. Do you know what the first thing we Pajeros will do when we return home? Liemo found that this Pajero man especially liked to ask and answer himself, and asking and answering himself was a sign of lack of confidence. He could only listen quietly. The Pajeros who returned to their homeland found that all the creatures on the planet had lost their breath of life. They gathered the corpses of all the creatures and turned them into soil in the biological factory through the soil manufacturing technology of biologists. The Pajeros once again had a piece of soil on which they could survive, while the 4.9 billion compatriots who died did not even leave a stone tablet. This is us Pajeros. The Pajeros narrated calmly. The great disaster that occurred on the planet page seemed to him to be just an ordinary thing. Civilizations that have suffered have developed exceptionally fast. Since the pulsar disaster, all Pajeros have abandoned art and entertainment. Science has become the only belief of all Pajeros. In just a few thousand years, we Pajeros have developed black hole annihilation technology and reached the level of a third level civilization. Do you know what the first thing we did after becoming a third level civilization was? The Pajeros began to ask back. Now Liemo has become accustomed to his way of speaking. We created a black hole and threw the pulsar that caused the mass extinction into it. It was as easy as throwing a stone. This is the power of science. Do you know the classification of civilizations? The Pajero man took the initiative to ask a question. There are countless intelligent races in the universe, with different forms, but the classification of civilizations is surprisingly similar. The Pajero man was probably afraid that Liemo, a high school student, would not understand, so he described it in more and more detail. There is a universally recognized standard for the classification of civilizations in the universe. Level 1 cosmic civilization is called planetary civilization. This civilization has the ability to exploit and utilize almost all the energy and energies on the planet where it is located. In other words, this civilization is the absolute master of the planet. The Gilo beasts on the planet Pajero were once a level 1 civilization, and they controlled the resources of the planet Pajero. Now your Earth civilization is also a level 1 civilization, and most of the transformation activities take place on the surface of the planet. Level 2 cosmic civilization is called stellar civilization. This civilization has reached the point where it can leave its planet at will and then develop and utilize the energy of the stars near its planet. The entire star system is under control, and it can live, travel and develop energy on all the planets in the star system at will. Level 3 cosmic civilization is called galaxy civilization. This civilization can easily control the galaxy where it is located and can also develop and utilize all the energy in the galaxy at will, and can even draw the energy needed for its own civilization from the existing black holes in the universe. Level 4 cosmic civilization is cosmic civilization, because this civilization can already develop and utilize 70-80% of the energy in the universe, and can even develop and utilize the energy of the entire universe. The 5th level civilization is dimensional civilization. This civilization can travel back and forth in dimensions, travel in multi-dimensional space, and possess various resources. The survival of civilization has been thoroughly guaranteed. The Pajero people explained the classification of civilization levels in great detail. Liemo had seen an article about the classification of cosmic civilizations in a science fiction magazine, which was very similar to the explanation of the Pajero people. We Pajero people are now a 4th level civilization, and have even touched the threshold of a 5th level civilization. We can use some imperfect dimensional technology. Obviously, the Pajero people are very proud of their civilization. It turns out that the Pajero people are already a 4th level civilization, so how did I kidnap them? I must ask this question next time. The more Liemo learned about the Pajero people, the more he was puzzled about kidnapping. The grey fog dissipated, and Liemo sat at the desk and took out the black covered booklet. He recorded, through the history told by the big-headed Pajero people, it can be concluded that the Pajero civilization is an expansionist civilization. As he learned more about the Pajero civilization, Liemo felt more and more terrible about this civilization. They were able to grow up from the terrifying Gilu Beast civilization. If there had not been that meteorite 65 million years ago, it would still be unknown whether human civilization on Earth could have developed. Chapter 13 School starts. Pa. Someone seemed to be knocking on the door. Liemo, who was half asleep, turned over. He had been studying 2 more books last night. Liemo, get up quickly. School starts today. You're going to be late. His mother called from outside the door. School starts? He stood up with a somersault. Oh no, I forgot school starts today. He had been studying so hard these days that he forgot the time. He took the alarm clock and saw 7:30. He was really going to be late. He put on his clothes and shoes, brushed his teeth, and rinsed his mouth in one go, and rushed out of the room with his school bag. Eat something before going to school. I made fried eggs for you this morning. His mother was sitting at the dining table and said to Liemo in a hurry, "No, I'm going to be late." Liemo picked up a piece of bread from the dining table and rushed out. His mother's complaint came from behind him. "What are you doing so early, kid?" He ran all the way. Fortunately, the school was not far away. Liemo arrived at the school gate and remembered the new task of the system. Looking at the school gate with people coming and going, he shook his head, wondering if he really had to hand out business cards at the school gate. "Liemo, hurry up and get into class. You're going to be late. Teacher Wan will get angry again." A boy who knew him ran by. Liemo came to his senses and hurried to the class. Fortunately, Teacher Wang hadn't come yet, and he was secretly thankful. Get out of the way, you don't have eyes, don't you see Brother Aoshin is here? As he said that, the 200-pound fat white man pushed Liemo aside. Behind him followed a thin boy with glasses, who adjusted his glasses on the bridge of his nose and entered the classroom in front of Liemo. The fat white man was Li Zuang, and the Brother Aoshin he mentioned was Zhang Aoshin, the number 1 in class 3 of grade 1. Liemo laughed at himself and quickly returned to his seat. Have you done your summer homework? Lend it to me quickly to copy. I have 2 questions I haven't done yet. Tongzin, his deskmate, poked his arm with a pen. Summer homework? Oops, I forgot to do it. He had planned to rush to finish his homework a few days before school started, but with the learning assistance system, he had been studying hard for textbooks to earn points, and he forgot about his summer homework. You didn't do it, did you? Tongzin saw Liemo's dazed expression and guessed that he didn't do it. I'm really impressed by you. You're not afraid of being scolded by class 1. I admire you. I admire you. Hello, students. It seems that everyone has had a happy summer vacation. Teacher Wang walked up to the podium with a teacup. Students whose names I called, please hand in your summer homework to the podium. I'll check it. Fortunately, this time the head teacher changed to spot checks. I hope you don't pick me. Liemo prayed in his heart. Zhang Meng, Teacher Wang began to spot check, and a girl with a ponytail walked up to the podium with homework. Very good, the handwriting is clear. Go down. Point, please don't pick me. Wang Xiaoxiao, you did a good job. Go down. Point, please don't pick me. Chen Shuxian, the handwriting is neat. Go down. Point, please don't pick me. Zhang Aoshin, well, it's done very well. I'll be a model essay later. The thin boy adjusted his glasses, looked around the classroom, and slowly walked down the podium. Point, please don't pick me. Liemo, point, please don't pick me. Liemo. Teacher Zhang raised his voice and stared at him. Point, please don't pick me. The teacher called you. Tongzin poked it with a ballpoint pen. Ah, me. Liemo could only take his summer homework to the podium. Teacher Wang took it and flipped through it a few times, but it was all blank. Anger flashed in his eyes. School is over. Go to the office. Go down. Teacher Wang threw the homework book in his hand heavily on the podium. Let's start the class now. Some students don't do well in their studies and are not diligent. They can't even finish their summer homework. How can they get into a good university in the future? The grades of students in our class are generally poor, except for Zhang Aoshin and Chen Shuxian. Who among you has the possibility of getting into a 211 university? Teacher Wang was furious as he thought about the house getting farther and farther away from him. Okay, I hope everyone will listen carefully from today. Let's start the class now. What we are going to talk about today is the law of sine and the law of cosine. He shook his head and said, the law of sine is a basic theorem in trigonometry. During the break, Chen Shuxian, Liemo, are you okay? Why didn't you do your homework? Are you feeling unwell? Do you believe me when I said I forgot? Liemo said with a smile. Zhang Aoshin, who was sitting in the front row, turned around after hearing their conversation and said contemptuously, you didn't even do your summer homework, and you still have the nerve to make excuses. Shuxian, don't pay attention to this kind of person. You don't need to interrupt me when I'm talking to Liemo. Do you know how to be polite? Chen Shuxian said to Zhang Aoshin angrily. She turned around again, smiled and said, Liemo, I believe you. Outside the gate of Mengcheng No. 1 High School, a young man in cycling clothes was looking at the navigation on his mobile phone. We are finally here. Although the small city is not so prosperous, the scenery is nice. It was Wei Xiaonian, the editor of Mathematical Monthly. Although he is just an editor, he also has a journalist certificate. The magazine is short of staff, and whenever there is an urgent interview task, he has to pretend to be a reporter. Mengcheng No. 1 High School. This is it. That paper was written by Liemo of Mengcheng No. 1 High School. Looking up at the large gilded characters at the school gate, Wei Xiaonian was excited. He was eager to see Liemo, who had set off a storm in the mathematics world. He looked at the students coming and going at the gate and thought of his high school life. At that time, the corridors were noisy after class. There was a queue for the toilet. The most frightening thing was that the teacher always came into the classroom with a pile of papers. But I miss that time. Because at that time, as long as you worked hard, everything could change. Thinking of this, he shook his head and walked towards the gate. Am I getting old and nostalgic? Or is it more important to do business? You. The young man in the leather jacket. Stop. A school guard with a hat that was obviously too small stopped him. What do? You don't look like a teacher, and you don't look like a student. The school prohibits unauthorized people from entering and leaving. Hello, I'm a reporter for Mathematics Monthly, and I want to enter the school for an interview. As he said, he handed the press card to the school guard. Reporter, Mathematics Monthly? The guard flipped through Wazironian's press card and looked at him again. He doubted the identity of the young man in cycling clothes in front of him, but reporters should not be treated lightly. As a high school guard, he also knew Mathematics Monthly. The school subscribed to a lot of this magazine every month, and he helped deliver it. Hello, Captain. Captain, can you hear me? Such a big thing is not something a small gatekeeper like him can decide. He picked up the intercom to report to the captain. I heard you say, Leomu, school starts today. Don't make any mistakes. Don't play with the intercom all the time. It will run out of battery later. The captain's scolding came from the intercom. No, a young man came to the gate. He said he was a reporter and wanted to enter the school for an interview. The gatekeeper explained hurriedly. Reporter? Then you calm him down first, and I will report to the school leaders. The other side was a little panicked. A reporter came to the school gate. Principal Zhao Zufeng received a notice from the school security department and was confused. No bad things have happened in the school recently, nor have any good things happened. I haven't received any notice from my superiors. Why did the reporter come? He thought to himself. Bring him to my office and be nice. Zhao Zufeng is a man who has seen the world. He looked up and looked at the plaque behind his desk that read think carefully and act firmly, and said on the phone. Wazironian followed the good-mannered big hat-head guard into the school. Compared with key high schools in big cities, Mengcheng No. 1 High School looked much more shabby. Along the way, the only slightly better facility on campus was a 5-story teaching building, and the office building he was going to was a 3-story building with a gloomy color, which was obviously eroded by the years. Hello, I'm a reporter from the Mathematical Monthly, and this is my press card. Every time he went out for an interview, Wazironian found that he was repeatedly suspected, so he handed out his press card first when introducing himself. Hello, I'm the principal of Mengcheng No. 1 High School. May I ask what's going on, Reporter Wei? Zhao Zufeng waved his hand and did not check Wazironian's press card because he believed that no one would dare to pretend to be a reporter at Mengcheng No. 1 High School. Chapter 14 Genius. I'm here for an interview. I want to interview Mr. Liemo from your school. Wazironian asked directly. He was eager to meet the teacher who proved the collapse conjecture. Mr. Liemo. Zhao Zufeng was unfamiliar with this name. He didn't remember that there was such a teacher in the school. But it was normal. Every year, the school would recruit many new teachers, and he didn't know every teacher. Wait a minute, I'll ask the Dean of Academic Affairs to contact you, he said after a pause when he picked up the phone. Why do you want to interview Mr. Liemo? May I know? Do you know the collapse conjecture? The young reporter said an unfamiliar word. The collapse conjecture? I don't know. I'm from the liberal arts field. Does Mr. Liemo have anything to do with this conjecture? Zhao Zufeng asked with a frown. The collapse conjecture is a difficult mathematical problem. It was proposed in 1927. In 1930, collapse of the University of Hamburg in Germany once studied this conjecture, hence the name. Wazironian was surprised that the high school principal in front of him didn't know the collapse conjecture. Teacher Liemo has proved it, he added. Teacher Liemo has solved a difficult problem, so why did you come to interview him? Zhao Zufeng didn't understand the young reporter's thinking. It's just a simple difficult problem. Wazironian was very dissatisfied with Zhao Zufeng's use of a problem to define the collapse conjecture. It is a difficult problem that countless Chinese and foreign mathematicians have not solved in the past 100 years. Goldbach's conjecture, you know, they are all unsolved mathematical problems in the world. Although the collapse conjecture cannot be ranked on the same level as the gold batch conjecture, it is indeed an unsolved problem in the world. Wei Zionian is not wrong to say so, in order to elevate its status. Gold batch's conjecture? Gyro Zufeng was shocked and sat up from the sofa. Although he studied liberal arts, he still knew the story of Chen Jingren and the gold batch conjecture. Mengcheng No. 1 High School actually has a teacher who solved the gold batch conjecture. Gyro Zufeng couldn't sit still. This was a big event for Mengcheng No. 1 High School. As the principal, he didn't even know about it. It was a dereliction of duty. He thought that he must find this teacher Liu Mo immediately. He led Wei Zionian to the office of the Dean of Academic Affairs. Before the Dean of Academic Affairs could speak, Gyro Zufeng asked anxiously, "Ask Teacher Liu Mo to come over." Teacher Liu Mo. The Dean of Academic Affairs' chubby face looked a little dull. "Yes, Teacher Liu Mo. Call him and ask him to come over right now." Gyro Zufeng emphasized his tone. He was not satisfied with the Dean of Academic Affairs' performance. "There is no teacher named Liu Mo in our school." The Dean of Academic Affairs came back to his senses when he saw that Principal Gyro was angry. He explained immediately. "Are you sure?" Gyro Zufeng was disappointed. How could there be no teacher who solved gold batch in the school? There must be one. "Sure. The names of all the teachers in the school are imprinted in my mind." The Dean of Academic Affairs pointed his fat fingers at his fat brain, as if his head was a computer. Gyro Zufeng turned his suspicious eyes to the reporter Wei Zionian. "Impossible." Wei Zionian took out the copy of the thesis he brought with him, pointed to the cover and said, "Look, it clearly says Liu Mo from class 3, grade 1. But it doesn't say it's teacher Liu Mo. Can't it be Liu Mo, a student from class 3, grade 1? Gyro Zufeng seemed to have seen a life-saving straw. Mengcheng No. 1 High School couldn't be without Liu Mo. This paper written by a student. It's impossible. Wei Zionian rolled his eyes at the unprofessional principal. This paper has clear logic, rigorous and concise deconstruction, and not a single redundant word. If he hadn't been immersed in the field of mathematics for more than 10 years, it would be impossible to write such a high-level paper. Just ask the head teacher of class 3, grade 1, and you'll know. Class 3 of grade 1 last semester. This semester should be class 3 of grade 2. The Dean of Academic Affairs next to him saw the two arguing, and came up with an idea. He looked at the clock hanging on the wall and said, "School has just started today, although it's over now. The teachers should still be in the office. Let's go now." In the head teacher's office, Liu Mo stood in front of Teacher Wang with his head down, and on his desk was his empty homework book. He has a lot of experience in being scolded now. When the teacher scolds you, you just need to treat it as a song. The teacher is singing. You reveal an intoxicated expression, and then nod frequently, and soon the teachers will lose the desire to scold you. Teacher Wang didn't know whether he was tired or conquered by Liu Mo's performance. He just sat at his desk and drank tea sip by sip and ignored him. TSK, only class 2 and class 3 of senior high school have talents. He didn't do any summer homework at all, worthy of being a student of class 2 and class 3 of senior high school. A middle-aged woman with makeup on the next table said contemptuously, "Teacher Gu, I'm educating my own students. Please don't interrupt me, thank you." Teacher Wang said angrily. It seems that he still protects his students very much. Only he can criticize his students. It is impolite to interrupt others when they are talking. He added, "This is a teacher's office. Principal, reporter comrade, please come in." The Dean of Academic Affairs let the two into the office. "Dear Director Gu, Principal, why are you here?" The sharp-eyed teacher Gu hurried to greet them. The Dean of Academic Affairs ignored her and went straight to Teacher Wang's desk. He asked, "Teacher Wang, is there a student named Liu Mo in your class?" "Liu Mo? Yes, there is a student named Liu Mo in our class. What happened?" Teacher Wang answered, while glancing at Liu Mo who was looking down. "Great, you invited Liu Mo here. I have something to ask him." Principal Gyro suddenly became excited. "Oh, this is Liu Mo." Teacher Wang pointed at Liu Mo next to him. Seeing the happy look of the principal, he thought it was not a bad thing. "You are Liu Mo. Liu Mo from class 223 of senior high school? Did you submit a manuscript to the Mathematical Monthly, titled On the Validity of the Conclusion that for every positive integer, if it is an odd number, multiply it by 3 and add 1. If it is an even number, divide it by 2, and repeat this cycle, and you will eventually get 1. Without waiting for the principal to interrogate him, Wei Xiaonian rushed forward and asked. Wei Xiaonian's Farkraka-like speaking speed and unfamiliar mathematical terms confused everyone around him. Yes, I submitted a manuscript to Mathematical Monthly a few days ago, but I haven't received the sample manuscript yet. Liemo came to his senses and thought that the paper had been published. Is it really you? Wei Xiaonian showed an expression of disbelief. It should be. It's really me. Is there any need to pretend? Liemo didn't understand the exaggerated expression of the man in cycling clothes in front of him. In the paper, n plus 1 / 2 is an odd number, x2 plus x1 plus 1, 2n plus n plus 1 plus n plus 1 / 2 plus 1 is an even number. And what is the next number after dividing by 2? 2n plus 1 plus n plus 1 / 4. Wei Xiaonian has studied the paper in depth, and he believes that this is the essence of the paper. Continue with the two cases, an even number and an odd number. If it is an even number, repeat, and the number is decreasing when it is an even number anyway, until 2n plus 1 plus n plus 1 / 4 is an odd number. Change to n plus 1 plus n plus 1 / 4, because n is an odd number, n plus 1 is an even number, and only n plus 1 / 4 is an even number, so n plus 1 plus n plus 1 / 4 can be an odd number. Liemo answered without thinking. Do you want to continue? There are many more to come. It turned out to be you. Wei Xiaonian was so excited that he couldn't speak. No, I have to call the editor first and tell him that I found Liemo. As he said that, he took out his mobile phone and walked out, leaving several people looking at each other in bewilderment. Did you solve the collapse conjecture? Teacher Wang's mouth could fit a duck egg, and he understood what the reporter said. I think so. I proved the problem, wrote a paper, and sent it to Mathematical Monthly. Liemo said calmly. He now knew that these people came for the paper. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 15 Genius 2. The scene fell into silence, and Wei Xiaonian's voice on the phone could be heard from outside the door from time to time. A young genius in the first year of high school. Our school has a math genius who has solved a problem that is as difficult as the gold batch conjecture. This is an honor for our school. I will notify the school's senior management later and hold a meeting to discuss it together. Principal Zhao Zufeng was the first to react and made the final decision. By the way, we have to send someone to notify the comrades of the Municipal Education Commission about this matter. He has a big picture view. Can you accept my interview now? Wei Xiaonian, who came back after the call, remembered his mission. Sorry, I'm a little tired today and want to go back and rest first. Liemo didn't know how to deal with the situation in front of him. He had never been interviewed by reporters. I'll take you home. Teacher Wang took the initiative to offer. Teacher Wang will take Liemo home first today. Young people should digest this matter well. Zhao Zufeng said affirmatively. The setting sun cast a golden color on the faces of passers-by. Did you really prove the conjecture yourself? Teacher Wang looked at Liemo and asked solemnly. Yes. Liemo gave an affirmative answer. Very good, very good. Teacher Wang saw his own hope in Liemo. Remember to go home and tell your mother. Pushing open the door, Liemo's mother sat at the dining table and stared at him with a scrutinizing look. Why did you come back so late today? Were you detained? No, it's just that the teacher asked me for something. Liemo perfunctorily said. Isn't it detention if I asked you for something? What bad things have you done again? Liemo's mother said sternly. I have an article published in a magazine. Liemo picked up the bowl. Today's dishes are good. The article was published. Liemo's mother smiled happily. How much will the royalties be? Don't rush to eat. Tell me. I don't know. I'm a little tired. I'll go back to my room first. Liamo's mind was very confused now, and he ate a few mouthfuls randomly. Lying on the bed, staring at the ceiling, the words of the reporter and the principal today scared him. He never thought about getting any honors. He just wanted to complete the task and figure out the origin of the grey fog in his head. Today my son said that he published some article. Is it true? Liamo's father seemed to come back. Maybe. You don't know our son yet. Although he likes to play, he is not a child who will lie. You can ask his teacher someday, and it will be clear. Not in the mood to read, Liamo lay on the bed in a daze. Slowly, the surroundings seemed to darken, and the grey fog appeared in front of him again. I didn't summon the learning machine. He muttered in his heart. An unknown academic master is not a good academic master. If you want to become a well-known scientist, you must keep your original intention in the secular fame and fortune and be yourself. If you want to pass the learning assistance system, it is not enough to rely on learning alone. You must carry out a large number of scientific research projects. Only if you are famous enough can you get the necessary experimental materials. The Pajero man in the grey fog took the initiative to say, fame is sometimes a kind of power. Only when you have enough power can you do what you want. Liamo gradually understood, and he nodded to the Pajero man to show his gratitude for his kindness. The grey fog dissipated. Liamo opened his eyes and sat at the desk. He knew what he should do. On the other side of the earth, in the United States, Jack from the American Mathematics magazine was drinking coffee and checking mathematics journals from all over the world. What? He stood up suddenly, and the coffee spilled on his clothes. He didn't bother to clean up, took out the Mathematics Monthly card, and rushed into the editor-in-chief's office. John, have you seen this article? The collapse conjecture was proved by a Chinese. Really? It's not the gold batch conjecture. There is no prize. What's the fuss? Editor-in-chief John said listlessly. He played too late yesterday. But you print out the paper in the magazine and ask several of our review professors to take a closer look. If the content is wrong, it will be big news. He remembered something and said with a sinister smile. Jack left the editor-in-chief's office. He was very dissatisfied with John's attitude. Although the collapse conjecture is not as famous as the gold batch conjecture, it is also an unsolved problem. Isn't it worth paying attention to? I should send this paper to Dr. Wilson of Princeton and ask him to review it. The sun rose as usual the next day, and Liamo came to school with his school bag as usual. He saw a banner hung at the school gate. Congratulations to our student Liamo for solving the world's unsolved problem, the collapse conjecture. The banner was surrounded by parents who came to send their children off. Who is Liamo? What is the collapse conjecture? How much is the prize for the world's unsolved problem? My school is amazing. And many students took pictures in front of the banner. Liamo quietly slipped out of the classroom through the small door next to him and just sat down. Is Liamo on the banner at the school gate you? Tongzin asked. Before Liamo could answer, Zhang Aoshan, who was wiping the blackboard, turned around and said arrogantly, how could it be him? The collapse conjecture is a world-class problem. I guess Liamo on the banner is a teacher. That's right, that's right. If it's you, Liamo, I will run naked around the school. Dazuan next to him followed suit. Liamo smiled, but it was unknown. Please ask the whole class to go to the school auditorium for a meeting. All teachers and students in the school must attend. No leave is allowed. Teacher Zhang came in at some point and said loudly. The auditorium, which can accommodate 5,000 people, was already full of people. The leaders of the Education Bureau, the principal, the vice principal, the dean of studies, and teacher Zhang were sitting on the stage. The students were all surprised by the sudden convening of the whole school's teachers and students meeting, and they talked about it. Generally, only when the school's new students start school will there be a new student opening ceremony. But there has never been a meeting of all teachers and students in the school. Everyone, be quiet. I'm the principal of Mengcheng No. 1 High School, Jiao Zufeng. The meeting was presided over by Principal Jiao Zufeng himself. Thank you all for coming to this whole school's teachers and students meeting. Everyone must be very curious about why this meeting was held. Principal Jiao kept it a secret. A genius has come out of our school, a genius. A 17-year-old second-year student in Mengcheng High School has solved a difficult problem that many Chinese and foreign mathematicians have not solved for hundreds of years. Principal Zhao Zufeng's face was a little red. He proved the collapse conjecture on his own. The collapse conjecture, like the Goldbach conjecture, is an unsolved problem in the world. The audience was talking about it. It's amazing. Who is this? A world problem, a real academic master. Can our Mengcheng number 1 high school produce such an amazing person? Now, please invite the prover of the world problem collapse conjecture, Liemo, a student from class 223 of Mengcheng number 1 high school, to the stage. After saying that, Principal Zhao Zufeng took the lead in applauding. A beam of spotlight directly shone on the position where Liemo was sitting. Liemo slowly stood up, raised his head, and walked to the rostrum in the surprised and envious eyes of all the teachers and students in the school. Principal Zhao Zufeng took the initiative to stand up, and took Liemo's hand, and brought him to the center of the rostrum. He picked up the microphone with his slightly trembling hands and said, "It was this young genius who proved the collapse conjecture, that no one had been able to prove for hundreds of years." Everyone applaud. Clap, clap, clap. Now, please invite the comrades from the education committee to speak. Let's applaud. Hello, teachers and students. The weather is bright and refreshing in autumn. Our Mengcheng number 1 high school has welcomed a great event. Chapter 16 Genius 3. Now, on behalf of the education committee, I will hand over a check of 50,000 RMB to our young genius. Liemo took the check and held it above his head, with flashlights all around him. Today is a commendation meeting, and Liemo will give a speech. Principal Zhao handed the microphone to Liemo. Liemo, who had been in a daze, woke up. He also had to give a speech for the award. He was not prepared. If you want to be a well-known scientist, you must keep your heart in the secular fame and be yourself. The words echoed in the grey fog. Liemo took the microphone and the whole audience was silent. Hello everyone, I'm Liemo, a high school student. In the process of learning, I was fortunate to prove the collapse conjecture. That's all I want to say. Finally, I want to thank my parents, the school leaders, Teacher Wang, and most importantly myself. Thank you everyone. Liemo put down the microphone and took a deep breath. Warm applause and laughter rang out from the rostrum. Wait a minute, please accept the interview of Mathematics Monthly. After the interview, there will be interviews from the city TV station and newspaper. Principal Zhao Zufeng took the initiative to explain. Liemo looked at the check on the podium and nodded. Liemo stepped into the small conference room and saw the cycling reporter sipping a cup of instant coffee. I'm used to it. The reporter was a little embarrassed. Hello, let me formally introduce myself. I'm Wei Xiaonian, a reporter from Mathematics Monthly. This is my press card. Liemo waved his hand before he took it out. Then let's officially start the interview now. Wei Xiaonian was still very professional. Excuse me, you are just a high school student now, only 17 years old, right? Yes, I'm a student in class 3 of senior 2. To be exact, my age is 17 years, 3 months and 2 days. Liemo is very sensitive to numbers now. Is there anyone in your family who is engaged in the field of mathematics? Or have you been good at mathematics since childhood? Wei Xiaonian asked questions while recording in a notebook. My father is a worker and my mother is a laid-off female worker. To be precise, my math grades were not good before the first year of high school. Liemo took the initiative to continue without waiting for the reporter to speak. During the summer vacation of the first year of high school, I accidentally flipped through a collection of world mathematics problems at home. I found it very interesting, so I tried to solve the problems on it. So you solved it like this? Wei Xiaonian asked with his eyes wide open in surprise. Of course not. Because my math foundation is not good. I read through the previous math textbooks and then proved it with great difficulty. Liemo answered truthfully. The world of genius is difficult to understand. Wei Xiaonian was speechless. The high school student in front of him was really a genius, but mathematics is a subject that emphasizes inspiration. Mathematical master Euler finished reading Mathematical Principles of Natural Philosophy at the age of 9, entered university at the age of 13, and invented the symbol of pi, the function symbol f, x, and the trigonometric symbols sin, cos, and tg at the age of 19. Another example is the Indian genius Ramanujan, who taught himself advanced mathematics and used intuition to derive mathematical formulas. In 1914, he entered Cambridge University and studied mathematics with mathematician Hardy. He achieved fruitful results in a few years. He made outstanding contributions to the theory of heap numbers, especially integer splitting, and was elected a member of the Royal Society of London in 1918. He died of illness in 1920 at the age of 33. There is also the Prince of Mathematics, Gauss, who discovered the prime number distribution theorem and the least squares method at the age of 18. Looking at the young mathematical genius in front of him, Ionian remembered that he graduated from the Department of Mathematics, but now he can only read fantasy novels in the magazine. Ionian left after the interview, and he was in a hurry to reply to the magazine's social draft. The conference room was surrounded by local reporters who were very interested in this genius who solved the world's problems. "Excuse me, do you have a girlfriend?" a coquettish female reporter asked with interest. "Sorry, I won't answer questions about personal privacy," Liemo said with a straight face. Although he had never been interviewed by a reporter, he knew that reporters were good at misleading readers. If he answered that he had a girlfriend, the reporter would write, "Shocked. Today's middle school students are so precocious." If he answered that he didn't have a girlfriend, the reporter might write, "Shocked. The sexual orientation of the young genius is abnormal." At this time, Principal Gio saw Liemo's embarrassment and said to the reporters who were talking at once, "Dear reporter friends, please ask questions in order, and the questions you ask cannot involve personal privacy." This saved Liemo, but even so, he had to repeat his problem-solving process countless times. He held the big check above his head again and again, and accepted the photo. Among them, a female reporter from a TV station asked Liemo a question. "What do you want to do now?" Liemo answered without hesitation, "I want to go back to study." With that, he pushed open the door of the conference room and walked out. "Maybe this is genius," a female reporter with bright red lips and fashionable clothes said as she looked at Liemo's receding back. "It's not easy for all reporter friends to come to our Mengcheng No. 1 high school. As the host, I have prepared some food and hope that all reporters will appreciate it." Principal Gio saw Liemo leave straight away and said to smooth things over, Too tired. I really want to take a break from studying now." Liemo felt too tired. He had raised the checkboard no less than 5 times. "Do I have to face such a scene in the future?" "No, absolutely not," he said secretly in his heart. As soon as Liemo arrived at the door of the classroom, he heard a warm applause in the classroom. "The great god is back. Everyone stand up and salute the great god." The class monitor who loved to make trouble shouted, and the whole class stood up. The physics teacher on the podium also smiled and let them make trouble. "Pa welcome the great god. Pa welcome the great god." Liemo felt very embarrassed and could only walk up to the podium and say to the applauding students, "Everyone, don't be so enthusiastic. In fact, I'm just an ordinary high school student." After that, he quickly returned to his seat. Okay. Everyone has seen that real geniuses are so humble. Now the class will start." The physics teacher next to the podium had to stand up to maintain order. "You're famous, Brother Emo. I didn't expect you to be so good. Please teach me when you have time. I didn't think your grades were that good before, but how come you suddenly became so good?" Tongzin said with a thumbs up. "I didn't expect that I would be a deskmate with a genius. Please sign for me." He handed over a pen and paper. "I can never go back to the past," Liemo thought as he looked at the scene in front of him. He had already memorized what the teacher said on the podium, so he should continue to study the borrowed textbook. P.S. I recommend a new book. I carry Alien Civilization with me. Chapter 17 Body Strengthening Potion. Ding ling after school, Liemo packed up his books and walked out of the classroom. From time to time, classmates in the campus cast their gazes at him. This feels pretty good. Liemo was thinking about how much of the famous task he had completed. "Liemo, let's go together." Chen Shuxian was waiting at the school gate. The golden afterglow of the setting sun fell on her long eyelashes, making her look particularly pretty. He nodded, and the two walked side by side. From time to time, the laughter of children came from the roadside. Liemo was silent all the way. There were too many things today, and his mind was very confused. When he arrived downstairs of Chen Shuxian's house, he waved goodbye. Chen Shuxian hesitated for a moment and asked, "Will we still be friends?" "Of course." Liemo nodded and left without looking back. Liemo returned home, and there was no one at home. There are so many things today. Will it be like this every day in the future? Liemo lay on the bed, motionless. Today's commendation meeting was attended by all the teachers and students in the school. They should all know me. Why didn't I complete the task? Liemo didn't get a prompt that the task was completed, and he felt a little strange. Pajero. Grey fog filled the air, and a pink learning machine appeared. Click the task label. Task. Be famous throughout the school. Boy. Task status. In progress. Task progress. 99.975%. Explanation. There is still a teacher who doesn't know you. There is still a teacher who doesn't know me. Liemo felt a little strange. He originally thought that a classmate had asked for leave. How can I find that teacher? He was thinking about it, and the door was pushed open. It was Liemo's mother who opened the door. Come on. She dragged Liemo directly to the living room and pointed at the TV and said, "Is it you on TV?" The TV showed Liemo holding a check for 50,000 yuan, and the voiceover below was a high school student from Mengcheng High School in our city, solved the world's difficult problems. It's me, and the check can only be issued by the school tomorrow. Liemo thought his mother was concerned about the check, just like she was concerned about Liemo's New Year's money every time she visited relatives during the spring festival. Who is talking about the check? I'm talking about whether you have really solved any difficult problems. Liemo's mother didn't believe that he could solve any difficult problems. How about we explain the situation and return the check? You are not yet 18 years old, so it is not against the law. She was a little anxious. She hoped her son would not make any mistakes accidentally. Have you forgotten the paper I mentioned? It has been published now. What is broadcast on TV is the commendation meeting held by the school for me. As he spoke, Liemo handed a sample of the magazine to his mother. On for every positive integer author, Liemo of Mengcheng No. 1 High School. Although she could not understand the title, she recognized Liemo of Mengcheng No. 1 High School behind it. That was her son. She held the magazine in her hand, sat on the sofa for a while, and cried with her face in her hands. Liemo looked at his mother crying, at a loss, and could only stand there blankly. After a long time, Liemo's mother finally stopped crying. She tidied herself up and said, "Invite your teacher to our house for dinner tomorrow." Liemo agreed. Back in the room, Liemo continued to study. He knew he still had a long way to go. Outside the door, he could faintly hear his mother's phone call. "Mr. Lee, come back soon. You don't know your son." Liemo sighed in his heart and continued to study. In the morning, Liemo looked at the table full of milk and eggs. He didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Her mother had heard from friends that foreign scientists all ate milk and eggs in the morning. But how could he finish 2 bottles of milk and 10 eggs? Liemo found that he could read any book in class now, and the teacher would not care about him. For example, in Chinese class, he was reading mathematics, in English class he was reading mathematics, and in history class he was still reading mathematics. Not only did the teachers not care, they also responded with kind smiles. He had been thinking all morning, there is another teacher who doesn't know me. Who could it be? Yes, the history teacher in front of him is an old teacher who has worked in the school for 30 years. Just ask him, and you will know. The old history teacher was very enthusiastic about Liemo, and he soon got the answer. Mr. Zhao from the archives. He is also a teacher, but he will not participate in any school activities. He should not have gone yesterday. Taking advantage of the break between classes, Liemo came to the archive room. Under the dim light, there sat a gray-haired old man, holding a UFO magazine that didn't match his style. "Teacher Zhao." Liemo called softly, but the old man didn't move. "Teacher Zhao." Liemo had to raise his voice. The old man slowly raised his head and looked at him with turbid eyes. Liemo suddenly felt a gust of cold wind blowing. He just wanted to run out of the room now. "Hello, Teacher Zhao. I'm Liemo, a student in class 3 of senior 2. I want to make your acquaintance." The weird old man looked at him with a puzzled look and didn't speak. Ding dong. You have a new message. A voice came from his mind, and it seemed that the task had been completed. Liemo quickly continued, Teacher Zhao, you are busy, and I won't waste your time. As he said this, he ran out of the archives room. He didn't notice the weird old man behind him staring at him. The mission was completed, and Liemo was in a good mood. He was not in a hurry to receive the reward, and he had not decided which question to ask the Pajero people. He had two questions to ask. One was about the endless void. In the planetarium, the Pajero people didn't let him stare at a piece of void in the universe. The second question was why the Pajero people kept claiming that Liemo had kidnapped their civilization. He decided to collect the reward in the evening. Teacher Zhang, who was packing up the textbooks and preparing to go home, heard Liemo invite him to be a guest and agreed without hesitation. At the dining table, Liemo felt very embarrassed when he saw three adults surrounding his thesis. In his heart, he just solved a difficult problem to complete the task, that's all. After dinner, Liemo's mother asked Teacher Wang what Liemo should do now. Teacher Wang shook his head and said, we ordinary people can't imagine the world of geniuses. If we only talk about mathematics, Liemo has already walked ahead of me. I can't give him any experience. He thought about it again, sighed and said, if possible, you should graduate early and go to college. For a genius, a good atmosphere is also crucial. Live a book. Liemo sat at his desk, looking at the flashing neon lights outside the window. He had already decided what questions to ask. Pajero, call Pajero, he muttered in his heart. The grey fog gradually rose, and the pink learning machine appeared again. 1. Mathematics level. 2. 2150/5000. 2. Physics level. 0. 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. LV 0. 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 0. 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level. 1. Currently available points. 3000. Mission, be famous throughout the school, young man. Mission progress. 100% reward. 3000 subject experience points, already issued. 1 ordinary lottery. Lottery roulette prizes. 1. A planet numbered 9,827,166,856. 2. A space transport ship. 3. An interstellar probe. 4. A brand new model quantum computer. 5. A set of deep space single person protective clothing. 6. Type second body strengthening potion. Planetary spaceship. Liemo no longer had any hope for the lottery. Turning the pointer stopped steadily on the type second body strengthening potion. A light blue bottle rolled out of the grey fog. View introduction. Having a strong physique is a prerequisite for a top student. Description. This potion is a biological potion. Taking the potion can improve the physical fitness of humans on Earth, and can be immune to most of the diseases currently appearing on Earth. Special note, this potion cannot be taken repeatedly, and cannot be taken out of the grey fog. Liemo looked at the light blue bottle in front of him, and took it without thinking too much. This was not the first time he drank a beverage produced by the grey fog. The taste was a bit sour. As the potion slowly went in, he felt a heat slowly rising. Is this all? Does a heat mean that the body transformation is complete? He was a little confused. Chapter 18. Don't stare at the stars. It's time for the long-awaited question again. Liemo sorted out his thoughts and asked his own question. The question I want to ask is, why do you claim that I kidnapped your Pajero civilization? Liemo has always been surprised that the Pajero in his head claimed that he kidnapped the Pajero civilization. He is just an ordinary high school student on Earth. How could he kidnap an alien civilization? I can answer this question for you, but it will cost you to question permissions. The big-headed Pajero shook his head like a shrewd businessman. I didn't lie to you. When you get the answer, you will know why you need to question permissions. Liemo looked at the Pajero suspiciously. He operated the attribute panel and added all the points to mathematics, which was just enough to upgrade 1. Mathematics level. 3. 150/10,000. 2. Physics level. 0, 0 hundredths, 3. Chemistry level. 0, 0 hundredths, 4. Biology level. 0, 0 hundredths, 5. Intelligence level. 1 current available points. 0 at the same time, the system released a new task. New task released. Task: be famous both at home and abroad. Young man. Description: flowers blooming inside the wall are fragrant outside the wall, and a true academic master must have the courage to go abroad. Requirements: at least 500 foreigners know you. Reward: 50-50 subject experience points, 1 ordinary lottery. Time limit: 20 days. Accept. Yes/no. Famous at home and abroad? How can I get to know foreigners? Liemo thought about it, but still accepted the task. Can I ask a question now? My question is, how did I kidnap the Pajero civilization? This matter started a long time ago. At that time, our Pajero civilization was already a 4th level civilization, and science became our only belief. Under an opportunity, we got the key step for the 4th level civilization, to be promoted to the 5th level civilization, that is, the dimension experiment. The experiment went very smoothly. Just when all of us Pagerus were cheering for the first successful breakthrough of the dimensional limit, an accident happened. The Pagerus showed a solemn expression for the first time. At that time, the Pajero civilization had a population of more than 200 billion, distributed throughout the emission nebula spanning hundreds of light years. The brains of more than 200 billion Pajero people received the same message at the same time. This message has only one content, and that is the general rules of the law of cosmic civilization. What are the general rules of the law of cosmic civilization? Liemo was very interested in this law that could impose restrictions on level 4 civilizations, and he took the opportunity to ask questions. The Pajero shook his big head and said to Liemo, I can't tell you the full content of the general law of cosmic civilization now, because if I tell you, I will violate the law. I can only tell you this law, which imposes strong restrictions on civilizations that are about to break through level 5 or above. The emergence of the law is unacceptable to us Pagerus who advocate science. The universe is a box full of treasures for us Pagerus, and science is the key to the box. Now suddenly a mysterious force sneaks into our minds and tells us that we must follow its rules to find the key. Is there really a creator in the universe who is monitoring everything? This idea is contrary to the scientific beliefs of us Pagerus. Liemo felt that the Pajero was a little incoherent, as if he himself didn't know how to describe it here. The Pajero paused for a moment and continued. There must be a cause and an effect, and there must be a return. At the same time, Pajero scientists have also traced the source of the information. Do you know where the most mysterious place in the universe is? The Pajero suddenly asked. Liemo shook his head honestly. How could he know? The most mysterious place in the universe is the endless void. It is located in the center of the universe, spanning millions of light years. There are no planets and no matter. It is a forbidden zone for life, and no race in the universe will set foot there. The Pajero continued. The general principles of the laws of cosmic civilization are sent from this forbidden zone of life, the endless void. The Pajero was full of doubts. Is this why you don't let me stare into the endless void? Liemo asked at this time. I once said that when you stare into the void is also staring at you. The essence of the universe is information, and the essence of human beings is also information. Your body is encoded by DNA, and this encoding is a kind of information. Your gaze is also information. Although you will not send out information, when you stare into the void, you will receive information from the void, and information will not be annihilated. Pajero's words were very vague, and Liemo was a little confused. The higher the level of civilization, the more it focuses on hiding its information. Because you don't know who the recipient of the information is, maybe the information will wander in the universe forever. Maybe it will be received by a bloodthirsty civilization. Maybe it will be detected by the mystery and the endless void. Only a civilization like the Earth, human beings who have never experienced suffering, will shout and scream on the stage with a microphone like a child. The Pajero people think that the various actions of the Earth civilization are ridiculous. This makes us Pajero people even more unacceptable. Is there really a creator in the universe? then what is the point of our efforts to develop technology and explore the truth of the universe? The science we admire has lost its reason for existence. He continued. A few hundred years later, chaos broke out among the Pajero people whose faith was shaken, and various religions emerged. The population also decreased sharply, and now there are only more than 150 billion people. Fortunately, we Pajero people still have many people with firm scientific beliefs, and we began to try to explore the endless void. There is nothing within millions of light years in the endless void, not even a trace of cosmic background radiation, which makes our exploration activities very difficult. In the process of exploring the void civilization, we encountered a real 5th level civilization. It is a silicon-based civilization and a relatively peaceful race. Through communication, we learned that in the universe, all civilizations will receive messages from the endless void when trying to break through the barriers of the 5th level civilization. The endless void in the message will require this civilization to strictly abide by the general principles of the law of cosmic civilization. What is in the endless void has filled all civilizations in the universe with doubts. Civilizations have continuously tried to enter the endless void to explore, but they have all returned empty-handed. There was even a 6th level civilization that used all the power of civilization to bring the entire galaxy into the endless void, trying to explore its secrets. In the end, the huge galaxy disappeared silently in the endless void. Since then, all civilizations in the universe have kept the endless void a secret, and the general law of cosmic civilization has become a basic rule for civilizational communication. A few hundred years later, the chaos caused by the endless void slowly calmed down, but the Pajero civilization remained at the threshold of level 5 civilization, and could not make a breakthrough. Chapter 19 The Truth of Kidnapping. The Pajero shook his big head and gave Liemo a lesson on the history of Pajero civilization. The Pajero civilization is a civilization that has experienced hardships. The Pajero's face straightened, and he said solemnly, "Next, I will answer your question." Liemo was shocked. He digested so many unfamiliar words, from the history of Pajero civilization, to survive under the slavery of the Goody Beast, to preparing to cross the dimension civilization, and he was waiting for this answer. At 26,127,821.16 2 o'clock on the standard time of the launch nebula, a major event that shocked the entire Cygnus launch nebula occurred. All Pajerus, whether they were star makers in the starry sky, pilots driving interstellar spacecraft, biotechnical personnel making soil, or newborn babies in the incubator, had 2 wounds on their body surfaces at the same time, located on their arms and legs respectively. At this time, the big-headed Pajero showed a holographic picture, in which the Pajero had a wound on each arm and leg. Then he materialized a photo of Liemo injured while playing basketball. The 2 wounds on Liemo were in the same position as the wounds on the Pajero. The Pajero materialized more than a dozen photos, all with the same wounds in the same position. Liemo was stunned. The Pajero looked at Liemo and was silent for a moment. Since hundreds of years ago, we Pajerus annihilated the last dreamland civilization at the edge of the launch nebula. We haven't experienced war for hundreds of years. Peace has made the Pajerus relax. The Pajero sighed. In hundreds of years of peace, the Pajerus have never suffered any physical damage to their bodies. This sudden wound caused great chaos in the Pajero society. At that time, I was controlling the brainwave instrument to instill knowledge into a group of 3-year-old Pajero children. The sudden physical injury caused brainwave disorder. Although they were rescued after emergency treatment, those children will never be able to receive knowledge indoctrination again. Sure enough, the original profession of this big-headed Pajero was a teacher. If you can't accept the indoctrination of knowledge, you will have no place in the Pajero society. The Pajero people, who are developing rapidly in science and technology, cannot tolerate mediocrity. The big-headed Pajero showed a sad expression. The star maker who was transforming the star at the edge of the nebula suddenly had a wound on his body. He panicked and made a mistake in operation, causing a star under transformation to explode out of control, and 100,000 Pajerus nearby turned into ashes. An interstellar guide responsible for guiding the route forcibly shut down the interstellar spacecraft guidance system after a wound appeared on his body, causing 3,400 spacecraft to collide with the space meteorite belt. There are many such things. The wound incident caused the death of about 1 million Pagurus at the time. The Pagurus were shocked, which reminded us of the days when we were enslaved by the goody beast. In the following month, about 10 million Pagurus ended their lives. They couldn't figure out why there were inexplicable wounds on their bodies. They thought they were enslaved by a mysterious species again. We checked all the possible causes of this situation and found nothing. All Pajero troops entered the first level of combat readiness. Any alien civilization spacecraft entering the launch nebula would be shot down. At the same time, we sent diplomats to ask for help from several high-level civilizations. Just when we were trying to find out the cause of the wound incident, our civilization's Foreign Affairs Department received an ambiguous answer from the silicon-based civilization that we had communicated with before. Endless Void. Endless Void is the mysterious place of nothingness that I mentioned just now. Liemo felt that the big-headed Pajero people's expressions when they mentioned Endless Void were very strange, with envy, hatred, and more fear. Information will not be annihilated in the universe. Fortunately, we Pajero people have launched thousands of quantum wave measurement and control satellites to explore the universe. One of the satellites happened to record that when the major event occurred, a beam of consciousness quantum waves was emitted from the Endless Void. All the quantum computers in the Cygnus launch nebula started running. After countless calculations, they finally locked the key characteristics of the consciousness quantum wave. Liemo scratched his head with his hand. He couldn't understand the scientific and technological jargon spoken by the Pajero people. All creatures in the universe have unique characteristics of consciousness quantum waves. Just like human DNA, if DNA is the only code for the human body, then the consciousness quantum wave is the only code for human consciousness, and it is much more complicated than DNA. Even a level 5 civilization cannot forge it. It only exists in the consciousness of living things. The big-headed Pajero man seemed to see that Liemo didn't understand. He explained. After calculations by the Pajero quantum computer, the key characteristics of the consciousness quantum wave emitted in the Endless Void are the same as the consciousness quantum wave of a human creature located in the Milky Way galaxy and the Orion spiral arm. That human creature is Liemo. The big-headed Pajero man's emotions suddenly got a little out of control, and he shouted at Liemo. Is there something wrong with the calculation results of your computer? Computers on Earth sometimes often have various errors. Liemo was stunned, and subconsciously thought that there was something wrong with the Pajero's computer. Do you know how many quantum computers we Pajeros have? 5 billion. Are there errors in all of them? The big-headed Pajero man was still a little excited. Is this just a coincidence? There are many coincidences in the vast universe, but after calculations by quantum computers, if this kind of event occurs as an accidental event, the probability of occurrence is 1 in 7 quadrillion. This is already an absolutely extremely low probability. The absolutely extremely low probability means that this is not an accidental event. Science does not believe in accidents. The big-headed Pajero man seemed to calm down. Do you know what this means? This means that, if you are injured, all Pajero people may be injured. If you are disabled, all Pajero people may be disabled. Even if you die, all Pajero people may die. You may have kidnapped our Pajero civilization. The eyes of the big-headed Pajero were fixed on him. Liemo believed that, if he killed Liemo now, the plight of the Pajero civilization could be solved. The Pajero in his head would explode without hesitation. After a long time, the grey fog dissipated, and Liemo sat blankly at the desk. He did not expect that things would happen like this. He did not expect that an interstellar civilization that was about to break through level 5 would have such an experience. The entire civilization was actually connected with a fragile earthling like him. Is there really an omnipotent master in the universe? The dangers in daily life on Earth are everywhere, and it is rare for a person to live to be 100 years old. But 100 years is just a blink of an eye in the history of a civilization. Does the Pajero civilization really have only 100 years of history? He took out a notebook with a black cover. It was written on it, my body may be closely connected with the Pajero civilization. If I'm injured, the entire Pajero people will be injured. There may be mysterious unknowns in the Endless Void. Can I really take on the responsibility of saving the Pajero civilization? Liam tossed and turned. He was just an ordinary high school student. Chapter 20 Princeton's Invitation. In the morning, Liam did not choose to continue studying, but dressed neatly to go running. His mind was too confused, and the words of the Pajero people shocked him. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, step by step. There was only the road in front of him, and sweat fell from his cheeks and hit the ground. 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers. Liam suddenly realized that the distance he ran was far beyond the usual distance, and he did not feel a bit tired. Type second body strengthening potion. Liam thought of the potion he had taken in the system, and it seemed that his physical fitness had really improved a lot. Step by step, step by step, step by step, step by step. Liam suddenly became clear. He understood that only by climbing step by step and slowly could he solve the current dilemma and the dilemma of the Pajero people. Liam, who had made up his mind, began to enjoy the pleasure brought by running. The wind blew by his side, the leaves swayed above his head, and even the gurgling of the spring in the distance, he could hear it clearly, and he felt that he had integrated into this harmonious nature. When he returned home, Liam found that his mother had prepared breakfast, which was still milk and 10 eggs. It seems that I need to find time to have a good chat with my mother, he thought while eating eggs. Liam was still working hard alone at school. Seeing his classmates pondering over the teacher's explanation, he remembered himself yesterday. Liam, what are you doing? You are reading a physics book in chemistry class. Perhaps the chemistry teacher could no longer tolerate Liam's behavior of frowning while reading a physics book. Don't think that you are great just because you solved a mathematical conjecture. You know Zhang, you are still a high school student. You should listen to my lectures in my chemistry class. Do you know all the knowledge I teach? I'm sorry, teacher, but I know all the knowledge you teach. Liam answered honestly. Okay, then I'll give you a question. If you can solve it, I won't interfere with what you do in my class in the future. If you can't solve it, then I'm sorry, you have to stand at the back of my class in the future. The biology teacher said viciously. As he said that, he turned around and wrote a question on the blackboard. Carbon dioxide contains a small amount of impurity gases such as sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, and hydrogen chloride. Please design an experimental plan to remove only one impurity gas at a time and finally obtain dry and pure carbon dioxide. Liam looked at it for 2 seconds, walked directly to the podium, picked up the chalk, and wrote on the blackboard. First, pass the gas through a U-shaped tube, placed in an ice trough, and SO3 will condense. Then pass the gas into an A2SO3 aqueous solution to remove HCl, and finally pass the gas into an AO solution, and then pass it through concentrated sulfuric acid. After writing, he looked at the teacher and asked, "Teacher, is my answer to this question correct? Go back and sit down." The teacher replied helplessly, and the answer on the blackboard was impeccable. Liam knew what the chemistry teacher was thinking, because the question the teacher asked was a competition question. He knew that such situations would become more and more common, but he could not stop and wait for his classmates slowly, because he did not have that much time. The United States, Princeton, Mathematics Professor Dr. Wilson's office. International student Zhang Zumei carefully came to the door of the professor's office with her thesis. She was very nervous. Her thesis had been revised 5 times. If it could not pass again, she would be held back. Wang Zumei wandered outside the door for a long time. Finally, she combed her hair, mustered up the courage, and knocked on the door gently. There was no response, but the office door opened silently. Professor Wilson was sitting at his desk, carefully reading a mathematics magazine, holding a ballpoint pen in his hand, and writing something on the paper from time to time. Seeing that Professor Wilson did not notice her, Zhang Zumei quietly retreated to the door. She knew that the professor sometimes helped some American mathematics magazines to do some review work, and he hated to be disturbed when reading papers. If she handed in the paper now, it would probably be returned on the spot. "Miss Zhang, come here." She suddenly heard the professor call her, turned around and saw that Professor Wilson was staring at her. "Professor Wilson, hello. I saw you were working, so I didn't want to disturb you." She explained her behavior embarrassedly. "What do you want to do?" Professor Wilson asked proactively. It's about the paper, right? I have a question for you. He didn't wait for Zhang Zumui to answer. I have a magazine here. It's called Mathematical Monthly. Do you know it? Professor Wilson raised the magazine in his hand. Looking at the familiar Chinese characters on it, Zhang Zumui replied a little excitedly, Mathematical Monthly. I know it's a well-known mathematics magazine in China, mainly targeting middle school students. Oh my god, I knew it was the right choice to ask you. I was wondering why most of the content on it was so childish. I thought it had some secrets like that paper. Professor Wilson slapped his head fiercely. He regretted wasting so much time and said angrily, that damn Jack. He didn't explain it clearly either. But such a high-level paper was actually published in a magazine for high school students. It's really strange. Professor Wilson was obviously expressing his doubts. Look at which university the author is from. That damn Jack only did a simple translation of the paper. Doesn't he know that I don't know Chinese characters? It seems that he is very dissatisfied with Jack. It's really exciting to see someone who can write a paper of this level. There aren't many new blood in the mathematics world, Wilson said with shining eyes. Zhang Zumui took the magazine from Professor Wilson, looked at it carefully, and answered, Mengcheng Yi Gao. Mengcheng Yi Gao? This is a high school in China. High school teacher? That's so interesting. Is the mathematics level in China so high now? Can a high school teacher solve the Collatz conjecture? Professor Wilson asked a little surprised. High school teacher? Dear professor, you may have misunderstood. According to the convention of Chinese academic journals, if it is a teacher's work, it will be directly marked as a teacher. Zhang Zumui corrected Professor Wilson's words. But you see, that the author of this paper is Li Mo, Class 3, Grade 1, Mengcheng Yi Gao. According to the writing habits of Chinese people, this Li Mo should be a student. What? High school student? Are you sure? Professor Wilson's eyes were originally big, and now they are even bigger and scary. I'm sure I subscribed to this magazine when I was in high school. Zhang Zumui thought of her high school days. She really regretted coming to Princeton to study for a master's degree. It was too difficult. A high school student solved a world unsolved problem. Professor Wilson walked and muttered to himself. No, I want to show this paper to Lisa. We need such geniuses in Princeton. Can I ask you for a favor? Zhang. Wilson suddenly became friendly. Wang Zumui, flattered, quickly replied, what's the matter? Please tell me, Professor. I want you to help contact the editor of this magazine and get the specific information of the author of the paper. Can you do it? Dear Zhang. Professor Wilson's expression scared Wang Zumui, like a hungry wolf staring at a little white rabbit. I should be able to do it. I can contact my friends in China right away. Wang Zumui quickly agreed and took the opportunity to raise her doubts. But my paper has not been revised yet. You know, it takes a lot of time to contact people across the ocean. It doesn't matter. Just leave your paper here. Your paper is basically completed, and there are only some minor details left. I will help you revise it. Professor Wilson agreed in a good mood. Is there a mathematical genius in China? Wang Zumui looked at the copy of the paper in her hand. Otherwise Professor Wilson would not be so concerned. She knew that Professor Wilson, as a professor of Preston who has been immersed in the field of mathematics for decades and has made countless contributions, must have his own unique vision. This is not something I should think about. I'd better get Li Mo's contact information as soon as possible. She shook her head. Chapter 21 Famous Abroad. Task: be famous both at home and abroad. Young man 50% completed. Li Mo was lying on the bed and looking through the taskbar. He was surprised to see this data. He didn't know any foreigners. When he was undecided, he asked for search. Li Mo opened the search on his mobile phone and directly entered the keyword Li Mo. The keyword Li Mo you searched for has 5.8 million web pages. The first one, Li Mo, Shangshu of the Ming Dynasty, was not it. The second one, musician Li Mo, was not it. Finally, he found it. This was a blog post posted by a foreign student on Weibo. Everyone, come and worship the great god. A domestic high school student solved a world-class mathematical problem. The internet has gone crazy. It was titled. A screenshot of Twitter was attached. In the screenshot, many people stared at the foreign name avatars and liked the message good, Chinese, student. It seems that his thesis has been sent abroad, and it is estimated that the task will be completed soon. Liemo now prefers to do system tasks. Compared with the high rewards of system tasks, the points obtained by working hard on the book are just a drop in the bucket. At the Mathematical Monthly magazine, Wei Xiaonian, who was reviewing papers by folk scientists, frowned after receiving a phone call. He thought for a moment, knocked on the door, and entered the editor-in-chief's office. Xiaonian, come and sit down. What's the matter? Editor-in-chief Wang, who was in the pile of magazines, stood up and poured him a glass of water. Ever since Wei Xiaonian discovered Liemo's paper among a pile of fantasy novels, his status in the magazine has been rising. At least every time editor-in-chief Wang sees him, he will no longer glare at him with a sharp look. Wei Xiaonian took the water poured by the editor-in-chief and whispered, Professor Wang, I just received a foreign call. Foreign call? Where is it from? Editor-in-chief Wang, who was still checking the literature, didn't care. It's a female classmate of mine. She is now studying for a master's degree at Princeton. Wei Xiaonian came to the desk and said, if you have something to say, just say it. Don't be nagging. Professor Wang couldn't stand Wei Xiaonian's hesitation. In fact, in editor-in-chief Wang's mind, Wei Xiaonian was a very good young man, but he was indecisive, which didn't work with him. She is asking me for information about Liemo. Wei Xiaonian saw that the editor-in-chief was angry and hurriedly said, Liemo, the Liemo who proved the collapse conjecture? Why is she asking about this? Professor Wang immediately put down the document in his hand and asked vigilantly. It seems that her mentor Professor Wilson asked her to ask about Liemo. Wei Xiaonian saw Professor Wang's expression and immediately realized the seriousness of the problem. Wilson, the Wilson from Princeton? He is known for his unique vision. He has discovered talented students from other countries. Now the popular Apache was discovered by him from India. It is said that Apache has been nominated for this year's Fields Medal. Professor Wang still knew about Professor Wilson. Why did Wilson ask about Liemo? Did he want to dig Liemo to Princeton? Professor Wang made his own guess. My classmate didn't say it clearly, but just asked for Liemo's contact information from me. Wei Xiaonian realized that he had done something wrong. What can I say about you? Although there are many mathematical talents in our country, there are not many who are good at basic mathematics. Mathematics requires talent, and a genius like Liemo who can prove a conjecture by himself at the age of 17 is unprecedented. I have discussed it with your teacher, Professor Wu. I originally planned to recruit him to study at Yang University next semester, but now it seems a bit late. I need to discuss it with old Wu again. Editor-in-chief Wang looked at Wei Xiaonian's pitiful appearance with his head down, thought for a while, and said in a calm tone, in fact, I'm not against Liemo studying abroad, but he should spend his undergraduate studies in China. Think about those who went abroad to study in high school. How many of them returned to China after studying? He ignored Wei Xiaonian and pushed the door open. Liemo, there is a call for you. His mother's call in the living room dragged him out of the liver book. Hello, I'm Liemo. Who is this? Liemo asked after answering the phone. Hello, I'm Zhang Zumi, a student at Princeton. You know Wei Xiaonian, right? He and I are classmates. It was Wei Xiaonian who gave me your phone number. Zhang Zumi, who was on the other end of the phone, heard Liemo answer the phone. She said with a smile. After she gave the professor Liemo's phone number, the professor gave her a new task, which was to contact Liemo. It's Wei Xiaonian, a reporter for Mathematics Monthly, right? We met a few days ago. Hearing Wei Xiaonian's name, Liemo relaxed. What do you want? Our Princeton Mathematics Department intends to invite you to study abroad in Princeton and provide you with a full scholarship. Are you interested? Zhang Zuan on the other end took the initiative to ask. She really couldn't do anything to poach people, but she had to do so under the coercion of the professor. Now she just wanted to end the call quickly. Princeton, study abroad? Liemo was a little confused. He had never thought about studying abroad. You don't have to make a decision so quickly. Our Princeton, the world's top science school, will look forward to your arrival. The person on the other end of the phone clearly heard his hesitation. Liemo hung up the phone and sat blankly next to the sofa. Who's calling? Liemo's mother passed over a plate of grapes while eating. I don't know. It's Princeton that invited me to study abroad. What kind of school is Princeton? Liemo's mother had been mentally prepared for him to enter university early. Since Liemo's paper was published, she bought hundreds of copies and distributed them to relatives and friends she knew. Some knowledgeable friends advised her to let Liemo go to university as soon as possible, but she didn't expect that this day would come so early, and it was a school whose name she had never heard of. In the United States, it is the world's #1 university. How much is the tuition? It seems that the money your father and I saved to buy a house is not needed now. We will go to withdraw it tomorrow. Liemo's mother's first reaction to hearing about studying abroad was tuition. No tuition, full scholarship. Liemo replied, so good. When are you going? Liemo's mother was immediately happy when she heard that there was no tuition. It will be a year later if I go. I haven't decided yet. I'll think about it. Liemo replied. Mom supports you, no matter what you do. Liemo's mother found that her son was becoming more and more independent. Liemo originally wanted to study for his undergraduate degree in China. Domestic undergraduate education is not worse than that in foreign countries. With his current math level, studying abroad may not be beneficial. However, no school in China has invited him. Liemo goes to school as usual every day. As he said, as long as he does not leave Mengcheng #1 High School, he is a student of Mengcheng #1 High School. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 22 Early College Entrance Examination. Liemo has now started studying university courses, and the teachers are used to him. His classmates are also used to his Genius 1 mathematics level. 3. 150 over 10,000. 2. Physics level. 0. 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 0. 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level. 1 current available points. 0 current task progress. Famous boy 90% the speed of gaining points by studying books is too slow. Just like the experience gained by killing monsters in the game is not as fast as completing tasks. But he has no way to progress this task. After all, he can't go abroad to promote it himself. Liemo shook his head and had no choice but to continue studying. At this time, the Chinese teacher who had just entered the door informed him that the school leaders wanted him to go to the office. Looking at the 3-story building in front of him, Liemo had only entered it when he was scolded before, but now he can be a guest. He knocked on the door of the principal's office, and before Liemo could tidy up his appearance, the door was opened. There were 3 strange men sitting in the principal's office. Principal Zhao Zufeng greeted Liemo warmly when he saw him coming. This is Director Wang from our education committee. He pointed to the older man and introduced him. Hello, Director Wang. Liemo took the initiative to greet him. This is Director Hu from the admissions office of Yanda University. A very energetic middle-aged man. Hello, Director Hu. This is Director Wu from the Department of Mathematics of Yanda University. Hello, Director Wu. Liemo greeted the 3 people politely. These 3 comrades are here to discuss your college admission next year. Principal Zhao Zufeng took the initiative to explain. I heard that Princeton intends to invite you to study abroad next year, right? Professor Wu asked, unable to hold back. Yes, I received a call from someone claiming to be from Princeton the day before yesterday. They invited me to study abroad next year and provided a full scholarship. Liemo answered truthfully. What do you think? Director Wu asked anxiously. I haven't thought about it yet. Liemo replied. We all know that Princeton is one of the best universities in the world, but have you considered our Yanjing University? Our Yanjing University's mathematics level is also ranked internationally. Professor Wu took the initiative to be honest about the gap between Yanjing University and Princeton, which won Liemo a lot of favor. As for the full scholarship provided by Princeton, our Yanjing University can also provide a full scholarship, and there are generous living allowances. The energetic man next to him interjected. In fact, we in Mengcheng have always had generous rewards for students who enter famous universities, especially for special cases like yours. If you are determined to study at Yanqing University, the Municipal Education Commission has decided to reward you with a house as an encouragement. A house? This reward was a bit unexpected to Liemo, not to mention that he was originally planning to study for an undergraduate degree in China. I was actually planning to study for an undergraduate degree in China. Although I was lucky enough to prove the conjecture, I know that my mathematical foundation is not solid. Liemo expressed his attitude, and the grey-haired Professor Wu next to him nodded frequently. He admired Liemo's current attitude. It's just that there is still 1 year until the next university semester. Can I have a seat for auditing in Yanda? Auditing does not require student status. Liemo made a suggestion. He couldn't waste this year. Have you learned all the other subjects? Although you are very talented in mathematics, an excellent mathematician still needs to understand the most basic high school knowledge. Professor Wu said, and he obviously agreed with Liemo's proposal. He turned around and asked the middle-aged man, does your admissions office have any opinions on this? We all know that Liemo's math grades are very good. In fact, I have no objection to Liemo getting a seat for auditing in advance, but I'm afraid that other comrades in the admissions office will have some opinions. The middle-aged man said with difficulty, you can ask the school to give me a test according to the difficulty of the college entrance examination. If I don't pass the test, then I will continue to study in high school. Liemo saw the middle-aged man's doubts and understood his difficulties, so he took the initiative to speak. Then it's decided. Today I will organize teachers of various subjects in the 3rd grade to prepare a set of test papers and test Liemo tomorrow. Principal Zhao Zufeng, who is good at making decisions, made the decision. He smiled and said, Professor Wu, you have come all the way here. Can you give a class to the senior students in our school? You also know that our teaching staff is weak here, and your class may help our school pass a few more students in the future. Teachers should teach everyone. I haven't taught high school students for a long time. I promise you. But wait for me to prepare. I will teach the students this afternoon. Professor Wu agreed very readily. After school, Liemo left the school gate with his school bag on his back. Chen Shuxian had been waiting there for a long time, and the two walked together. I heard that you are going to audit the university? Chen Shuxian asked actively, feeling her face a little hot. I have this plan, but it has not been finalized yet. Liemo responded. He didn't know how to tell the girl next to him. That's right, high school is a bit of a waste of time for you now. Hearing Liemo admit the news in person, Chen Shuxian didn't know what to say and could only keep making excuses for him. The sunset slowly fell, leaving only a dusk. Liemo brought the solid alloy ballpoint pen to the conference room and found that there was only a teacher in charge of the school exam and a comrade from the admissions office of Yanda University in the conference room. The invigilator first handed out the math test paper. Liemo looked at the questions on it and answered them without thinking. Since he had the learning system, Liemo felt that his thinking had become much more active. As long as the questions were not particularly difficult, he could quickly give solutions and even understand the thinking of the questioner. Liemo answered the test paper very quickly. In less than 30 minutes, he finished a whole set of math questions. Teacher, I want to hand in the test paper. Can you give me the Chinese test paper at the same time? Liemo put down his pen and raised his hand and asked. The school's invigilator was a little surprised. He didn't expect Liemo to finish it so quickly. He knew that the difficulty of this test paper was more difficult than the college entrance examination paper. He collected Liemo's math test paper and hurriedly sent someone to get the Chinese test paper. When the timer in the examination room reached 45 minutes, Liemo raised his hand again. This time, before he could say anything, the invigilator came forward to take back his test paper and handed him a new one. Mathematics, Chinese, English, physics, chemistry, biology. Liemo finished them all in less than one morning. Liemo just handed in the test paper of the last subject. Professor Wu, with grey hair, pushed the door open and came in. He had just taught a class to the students of Mengcheng No. 1 High School. He liked this feeling a little. Liemo, it's almost noon. Have something to eat first, and take the exam in the afternoon. He saw Liemo handing in the test paper and thought he had just finished a subject. Professor Wu, I have finished all the subjects, and handed them into the invigilator. Liemo answered calmly. Finished all the test papers? Mathematics, Chinese, English, physics, chemistry, biology? He asked in disbelief, looking at the invigilator next to him. The comrade from the Yanqing admissions office who had been watching Liemo's amazing speed nodded and said, Liemo is very fast, and has finished all the papers. The teacher next door is grading them. But, Professor Wu was delighted. Let them bring the papers over. I want to see how many points you can get. Chapter 23 Abduction Experiment. 150 points in mathematics, 149 points in Chinese, 145 points in English, full marks in physics, full marks in biology, full marks in chemistry. The professor looked at the results on the test paper and couldn't help but be overjoyed. It seemed that he had picked up a treasure. Everyone present was shocked by this excellent result. Even if Liemo did not pass the special recruitment, he could still study in the top universities in China with this excellent result. Professor Wu is now full of gratitude to his disciple Wei Xiaonian, whom he had always looked down upon, for discovering this genius. But, the grey-haired Professor Wu twisted his few beards and praised loudly. Just take these test papers back to your admissions office, and see if anyone will object. He squinted at the middle-aged comrade next to him. I believe other comrades in the admissions office will not have any objections to such good results. I will call them and ask them to prepare the admission documents first. The middle-aged man did not expect Liemo's results to be so good, because Yanda would also accept some geniuses in a single subject in the past, but their scores in other subjects were often not very good. He stared at Liemo carefully and thought, this is really a monster. Since the recruitment work for this year's college entrance examination has been completed long ago, Liemo's student status is still in Mengcheng No. 1 High School, and he only got a seat as an auditor in Yanda. It also takes a week for the admissions office of Yanda to complete all the documents. So after Professor Wu finalized Liemo's admission, he went back to Yanjing. He was also in charge of several projects at the same time. The news that Liemo was recruited by Yanda in advance shocked the entire Mengcheng No. 1 High School and the entire Mengcheng. Yanda is the dream place in the minds of all Chinese students. A sophomore was actually recruited by Yanda in advance, which made Mengcheng No. 1 High School famous in Mengcheng for a while. After all, no students from the small city of Mengcheng have been admitted to Yanda for many years. At the gate of Mengcheng No. 1 High School, Principal Zhao Zufeng hung a tacky red banner with the words, "Congratulations to our student Liemo from class 223 of senior high school for being admitted to Yanda University in advance." The effect was quite good, and citizens would come to Mengcheng No. 1 High School from time to time to inquire about it. Mengcheng No. 1 High School was also more famous than the experimental high school, which had always been a head taller than them. After school, Liemo carried his school bag out of the school gate as usual. As soon as he arrived at the school gate, he heard someone outside the gate shouting, "Liemo is out, that's Liemo. Liemo, please sign for my child." He realized that the school gate was already full of people. Several security guards were sweating to maintain order. When the crowd saw Liemo coming out, they immediately shouted his name. At this time, Teacher Wang was also off work and came out of the school. Seeing the crowd at the gate, he shook his head. He pulled Liemo back to the campus and notified the school's security department. "It's shocking, right? It seems that you are very popular." Teacher Wang made a rare joke. "Maybe you will have more opportunities to experience this kind of scene in the future." He looked at his student. In his mind, Liemo's original grades were only average. Even if he was a little smart, he was not to this extent. "I just solved a math problem, that's all. I didn't think about becoming famous," Liemo said truthfully. "I believe that perhaps only a pure student like you can solve such a difficult problem." Teacher Wang was a little envious. He knew that he was already covered with worldly dust. "I know that our school rewards a house for the class director with good college entrance examination results. Liemo said apologetically. He knew that if he took the college entrance examination step by step at Mengcheng No. 1 High School, the house would probably belong to Teacher Wang. It's okay. Compared with your future, a teacher's house is nothing. Teacher Wang paused and said, I'm a teacher. Liemo was shocked when he heard it, especially when Teacher Wang said I'm a teacher. As soon as Liemo opened the door, he was hugged by his cousin who came out. His cousin climbed on him like a monkey, muttering, Cousin, cousin, I have a great cousin. Liemo is back, kinking, come down quickly. Liemo's uncle came out from the living room to greet him. Let your uncle see that the good boy has grown a lot taller. Come and tell your uncle about the difficult problem you proved. Liemo's uncle is 10 years older than him and was his only playmate when he was a child. Liemo spent his early childhood at his grandmother's house, following his uncles, but all day chasing chickens and dogs everywhere. As Liemo returned to Mengcheng to go to school, his uncle got married, and the contact between the two gradually broke down. He didn't expect his uncle to come, which made him very happy. In the living room, all the relatives of Liemo's family came, and each of them held a copy of Mathematics Monthly. It turned out that Liemo's mother had bought hundreds of copies, and gave them to relatives and friends, and told them that Liemo had been admitted to Yan University in advance. Looking at his mother in the living room with a beaming face, Liemo shook his head. Ding dong. Ding dong. You have new news. Is the mission completed? Liemo returned to the room on the pretext of being a little tired. Pajero. Grey fog filled the air, and a pink learning machine appeared in front of him. 1. Mathematics level. 3. 150 over 10,000. 2. Physics level. 0. 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 0. 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level. 1 current available points. 50-50 mission, be famous at home and abroad, young man. Completion progress. 100% reward. 50-50 subject experience points, already issued, 1 ordinary lottery. Lottery. Liemo has no habit of storing overnight food. Lottery wheel prizes. 1. A planet numbered 9,827,166,856. 2. A space transport ship. 3. An interstellar probe. 4. A brand new model quantum computer. 5. A set of deep space single person protective clothing. 6. A language skills book. Sure enough, the previous prizes were all baits, Liemo thought as he looked at the familiar planetary spaceship. He no longer had any hope for the lottery. Turning the pointer, it stopped steadily on language skill book. A white scroll rolled out of the grey fog. View introduction. The user can freely choose a language. Liemo threw the unknown scroll into the backpack. He now has more important things to do. That is, question time. Liemo looked at the 2 faint scars on his body, and he had made up his mind. Can I ask my own questions? Liemo asked as usual. Yes. The Pajero was still hidden in the mist. I won't ask questions this time, I ask for an experiment. Liemo stated his request. Experiment? What experiment? The Pajero asked. This experiment is very simple. Just cut a small wound on the surface of my body and observe whether the same wound will appear on the surface of your Pajero body. Chapter 24 Test Results. Liemo always thought that it sounded funny that he kidnapped the Pajero civilization. If an Earthling is injured, then the entire civilization of aliens thousands of light years away will also be injured. This is a story that would not be written in mythology. He wanted to see with his own eyes how this funny thing happened. Our Pajero civilization has had this idea for a long time. However, according to the general rules of the law of cosmic civilization, high-level civilizations cannot harm low-level civilization entities, so you need to declare in advance that this behavior is completely voluntary, not under the coercion of our Pajero people. The big-headed Pajero people agreed with Liemo's proposal. I, Liemo, hereby declare that I allow the Pajero people to make a small wound on the surface of my body. This behavior is completely voluntary. He deliberately said the word small very loudly. The big-headed Pajero people didn't know where to turn out a sharp scalpel, handed it to Liemo, and asked, you do it, or me? I'll do it myself. Liemo didn't trust aliens very much. No one would use the hands of others for such a matter of life and death. He took the scalpel and was about to start. Wait, I need to notify all of our Pagerus first, so as not to cause unnecessary confusion and avoid the situation of the last injury incident. The big-headed Pajero closed his eyes and made a strange gesture. The grey fog rolled, and the hall seemed to be brighter. Okay, please continue. The Pajero, who quickly completed the communication, urged. So fast? Liemo was surprised. According to the big-headed man in front of him, the Earth is about 5,000 light years away from his hometown, the Cygnus Nebula, and the Pagerus also have a population of tens of billions. How can it be so fast to send information from the Earth to notify old Pagerus 5,000 light years away? The technological means of our 4th level civilization are not what you can imagine. The cross-dimensional quantum transmission technology is already very mature. As if seeing Liemo's surprise, the big-headed Pajero explained. Liemo was a little speechless. Anyway, he didn't understand. He listened to the big-headed Pajero's explanation. Liemo rolled up his sleeves, held the scalpel in his hand, and the sharp blade slowly approached his arm little by little. Wait. The big-headed Pajero man hurriedly shouted again. We Pagerus have never been injured or sick, but we forgot one thing. You should disinfect your skin first. As he said that, he turned out a bottle of disinfectant alcohol, which was still a product without a brand, a manufacturer, or a production date, but the bottle was written with huge Chinese characters I'm alcohol. Liemo took the bottle of alcohol. He was very suspicious of the origin of this bottle of alcohol. He opened the bottle and carefully applied it on the surface of the skin, where the wound was to be treated. Do I also need to disinfect the scalpel? He asked. No, the scalpel is absolutely sterile. I just took it out of the sterile room. Realizing that he had said the wrong thing, the big-headed Pajero man hurriedly stopped talking. He gently picked up the scalpel and slowly made a thin cut on his arm, without even a drop of blood. Liemo raised his head and looked at the big-headed Pajero man. He wanted to see if there would really be a wound on the arm of the Pajero man in front of him. The big-headed Pajero man also widened his eyes and stared at his arm carefully. A small wound mysteriously appeared on his fair arm. It was like being cut by a sharp knife, and the size and location of the wound that Liemo had just cut were the same. The strange atmosphere at the scene made Liemo shiver. He felt that there was an invisible man holding a sharp blade hiding in the grey foggy hall, staring at him. The big-headed Pajero man did not seem particularly excited. He seemed to have been mentally prepared for the results of the experiment. He just said expressionlessly, I want to contact the planet Peroja to confirm the results of the experiment. After that, he closed his eyes, and the red light in the grey foggy hall flickered on and off. The time around seemed to have stopped, and the grey fog stopped rolling. Liemo felt a breath of oppression filling the hall, which made him breathless. After an unknown amount of time, the big-headed Pajero man in front of him finally came back to life. The big-headed Pajero who came back to life said incoherently, Great endless void, all of us Pagerus have the same wound on our arms, the same as the one on my arm. He then materialized a dozen pictures, in which the Pagerus all had their eyes wide open, and raised their arms, with the same wound on their arms. The expressions of these Pagerus seem a little angry. Liemo now slowly believed the authenticity of the scene in front of him. The big-headed Pajero in the grey fog began to look depressed. He had been looking forward to some different results from this experiment, so that all of them Pagerus could break free from the hands of the earthling in front of them. But the result disappointed him. While Liemo was conducting the experiment, the time was almost accurate to milliseconds, and the same wound appeared on the surface of the bodies of all the Pagerus. Is this really a test of the endless void? The big-headed Pajero who witnessed the impossible again muttered to himself. Liemo looked at the frustrated Pajero in front of him, thought for a while and asked, then what should I do to get rid of this state of connection with all of you Pagerus? You Pagerus are almost close to level 5 civilization. There must be a way, right? Liemo was looking forward to it. The Pajero in front of him had countless mysterious technologies, and he must have a way. There is no way to get rid of the current state. We have tried countless times. We even asked many high-level civilizations in the universe. Although they also accepted some mysterious tests, But they were not like our test this time. But those civilizations have summarized the similarities of this test, that is, don't break the rules, don't break the rules. The only result of breaking the rules is the big-headed Pajero didn't say anything. Maybe he didn't know what the consequences would be. Maybe the consequences were unbearable for them. Liamo's last glimmer of hope turned into a bubble. He looked at the frustrated Pajero in front of him. In fact, he should be the most frustrated. He didn't want to be anyone's hope, let alone hundreds of millions of aliens. He just wanted to be an ordinary high school student, playing basketball and chatting with friends every day, and it would be good, even if he was kept after class by the teacher. He felt that there was a heavy burden on his shoulders, and this was not the life he wanted. Liamo thought blankly for a long time, and asked without hope, so, how can we pass this test? Our Pajero scientists have calculated that, without considering accidental factors such as car accidents and incurable diseases, the average lifespan of a normal human is 80 years old, which means that, if there is no external intervention, the lifespan of our Pajero civilization is still 80 years old. The big-headed Pajero man mechanically calculated the lifespan of his civilization. Suddenly, he said excitedly, we Pajero people can grow up under the oppression of the Gilu beast, and can survive the attack of the high-energy electromagnetic pulse of the death planet. We will definitely survive this mysterious test. After the careful calculations of our Pajero people, if you can strictly cooperate with the learning assistance system, together, we will improve the level of Earth civilization and increase the upper limit of human lifespan. Then we will most likely win the final victory. The big-headed Pajero man spoke in a high tone like a sworn general. Maybe you are right. This will be the best result for me, for all of us humans, and for the Pajero people. Liamo was infected by the unyielding spirit of the big-headed Pajero people. In fact, everyone has a dream of becoming a top student in their hearts. Chapter 25 Enrollment. The grey fog dissipated. Liamo took out a notebook with a black cover and wrote on it, "It has been confirmed that I kidnapped the Pajero civilization. The only way to solve the problem is to cooperate with the learning assistance system to break through the civilization barrier." Ding dong. Ding dong. You have new news. It seems that a new task has been released. New tasks will only be late but not absent. Task: keep up the good work, young man. Instructions: you can't slack off in learning, and you can't relax your goals for a day. Publish another paper, young man. Requirements: publish an A-level paper. Reward: 10,000 subject experience points, 1 ordinary lottery. Time limit: 20 days except yes/no current attributes. 1. Mathematics level. 3. 150 over 10,000. 2. Physics level. 0. 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 0. 0 hundredths. 5. Intelligence level. 1 current available points. 50-50 accepted. Liamo did not hesitate. He put down his pen, looked at the traffic outside the window, and watched quietly for a long time. On October 20th, Liamo received the auditing procedures mailed by the admissions office of Yenching University. Liamo did not say goodbye to Chen Shuxian, because he knew that, since the alien appeared in his head, he and Chen Shuxian were people from 2 different worlds. He had no choice but to move forward. Liamo declined the farewell of relatives and friends, and he went alone to the holy place of learning in the minds of countless students. The train left the station, and Liamo's heart gradually rose. The whistle sounded, and he and his hometown were about to be separated. The sad tears of parting dripped down, and the pieces of parting sorrow poured into his heart on the platform. The train had left his hometown. Goodbye Mengcheng. The distance from Mengcheng to Yanjing is more than 2,000 kilometers. Looking at the mountains and rivers outside the window, he couldn't help but sigh at the beautiful scenery of his motherland. It took about 2 meals of instant noodles, and the train entered the station. Liamo followed the crowd out of the station. At the exit, he found the spirited young man Wei Zionian holding a big sign with his name on it and waving it. He felt warm in his heart, knowing that he was not alone here. He waved at Wei Zionian and asked, "How did you know I was on this bus?" Wei Zionian took his luggage and replied, "Professor Wu informed me yesterday. Now you are his favorite." where Zionian took Liemo directly to the gate of Yenching University. He stopped the car, put down Liemo's luggage, looked at the crowd coming and going at the gate of Yenching University and said, "I will take you here. You can go directly to the admissions office reception." He drove away. Liemo felt that he was a little timid about Yenching University. With his luggage and the notice in his hand, Liemo stood out in the busy campus. After asking around, he finally found the admissions office. "Hello, I'm Liemo, an auditor who came to report." Liemo pushed open the door of the admissions office reception and saw a woman in plain clothes drawing something on a notebook. The plainclothed woman woke up from her thoughts, looked up at Liemo, and asked, "Auditor? Enroll now. Isn't it past the enrollment time?" Liemo didn't answer, but handed over his enrollment documents. The plainclothed woman frowned slightly and gently took the documents from Liemo's hand. After carefully examining them for a long time, she stamped the enrollment documents and said impatiently, "Take the documents to the logistics department and they will arrange a dormitory for you." Liemo nodded gently and said, "Thank you." Turning and leaving, the plainclothed woman looked at his back and muttered in disgust, "I don't know which young man is coming to the school to experience life again. Do you really think the school is an amusement park?" She didn't know that, although Liemo walked away, her words were still clearly heard by Liemo. Liemo smiled bitterly and shook his head. But thinking of the woman's expression of sadness and a little mischief, Liemo decided to forgive her. Liemo pushed open the door of 601 with his luggage and was greeted by 3 surprised faces. A fat man wearing headphones asked Liemo, before he could speak, "Brother, did you go to the wrong door, or did one of you to receive such a big package?" The other 2 students who were reading put down their books and shook their heads. Liemo carried his luggage into the dormitory and responded, "Yes, this is building 6, room 601. I'm a new student. My name is Liemo." "New student? It's been more than a month since the start of school. Why did you just report?" the 3 people in the dormitory asked in unison. Liemo took out his dormitory allocation list and said, "Look, my bed is on the lower left. I'm an auditor." At this time, the fat man with headphones also took off his headphones, took the initiative to come over to help Liemo with his luggage, and said with a smile, "My name is Niu Zhengshan, nicknamed Fatty, and I like playing basketball." A thin boy also came over to help. "Hello, my name is Wang Yang, nicknamed Handsome, and I like programming." "My name is Liu Senlin, I don't have a nickname, and I like reading." The boy with thick glasses near the door also introduced himself. Liemo put down his luggage, smiled and said, "My name is Liemo, I'm from Mengcheng, and I like to study." Niu Zhengshan, who later became a doctoral supervisor, recalled this scene and said to his students, when Liemo first came, he said that he liked to study. We all thought he was just being polite. There are a few Yanda students who don't like to study. Later I learned that there are different levels of liking to study, and he is one of those miserable ones. The fat man took the lead in applauding. "Welcome new comrades to join our dormitory 601. How about I invite everyone to go to the internet cafe to play games?" Wang Yang, no. Liu Sinlin, no. Liemo, no. The fat man scratched his head and said self-deprecatingly, "It seems that our dormitory culture is not good. We can't even organize activities." But he is an extrovert, and seeing that no one responded to his proposal, he came over again, patted Liemo on the shoulder and asked, "Brother, how old are you? You look like a minor." Liemo answered, while making the bed, "I'm just in the 2nd year of high school, 17 years old. 2nd year of high school. You can audit our Yanjing University in the 2nd year of high school? What's the situation? Tell me." The exaggerated tone of the fat man made the 2 people next to him put down their books. Liemo just said lightly, "It's nothing. It's just that my math is better." TSK, I don't believe it. There was a student in the aristocratic school I went to before who wanted to spend millions to buy an admission quota but couldn't. The fat man didn't seem to believe what Liemo said. He asked again, "You can come to audit formally in the 2nd year of high school. You must be admitted in advance next year." Liemo answered honestly, "Yes, I heard from the comrades in the admissions office that they will be admitted in advance next year." "Awesome. Awesome. There is also a great guy in our dormitory." The 3 people in the dormitory surrounded Liemo like watching a giant panda. Liemo didn't say too much. His only purpose in coming to Yanjing University was to study. After making the bed, Liemo went straight to the library with his school bag. He wanted to read books. The library is a storehouse of civilization and wisdom, and also a link for the inheritance of human wisdom. Liemo appeared in front of the library and looked at the tall library building. Only then did he feel that it would take a huge effort for a civilization to be passed on. Thinking of the planet Pajero thousands of light years away, the people on the planet paid a huge price for inheritance, but now they are going to be wiped out for a joke test. Fate is sometimes so dramatic. He shook his head. All he could do now was to work hard on reading books. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.